it's time for the Laredo Lemurs pregame show. Laredo Lemurs baseball is brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Canada Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. And now here's Bill Harrington with the Laredo Lemurs pregame show.
Hi, good evening, Lemurs fans. Bill Harrington and Cameron Songer coming to you live from Uni-Trade Stadium. This is game 3 of a pregame series between the Laredo Lemurs and the Sioux Falls Canaries as we get going tonight. Lemurs are currently on a 4-game losing streak, and they're looking to change their fortune here this evening as Matt Lewson will face off against the starting pitcher Jeremy Strauns from the Sioux Falls Canaries. But quickly, we want to review last night's ball game, let you know how things went down for the Laredo Lemurs against the Canaries. The Canaries ended up picking up 3 runs in the second inning against Henry Garcia, who pitched pretty well last night. Henry Garcia really just had that one bump in the road there in the second inning, giving up those 3 runs. It was 3 runs on 3 hits, and a walk mixed into the Canaries in the second inning that allowed them to go ahead and take the early lead. Unfortunately for the Laredo Lemurs, their bats just could not pick them up yesterday. They ended up leaving 10 runners on base, and 7 of them were left in scoring position yesterday. So when you have that formula, it usually doesn't work out for you, and that's what happened to the Laredo Lemurs last night. They just could not come up with a big hit once again, and it's really starting to become the theme of the season for the Laredo Lemurs. They're just missing that big opportunity. They get guys on. In fact, yesterday they had 5 hits in the ballgame, which isn't all that good for the Laredo Lemurs. They averaged 9.2 hits per ball game, so they're a little bit short of that. But like I said, they did have 10 runners left on base, so that means they were earning some walks in the game last night, but they just couldn't bring anybody around. In fact, the Lemurs walked 7 times in yesterday's ball game, and the Lemurs really, they're not much of a walking team. Now that Abel Nieves is gone, Byron Wiley is gone, the walks have come down. So a couple of guys that were walking earlier this season for the Laredo Lemurs just aren't with the club anymore. So the Lemurs picked up 2 runs in the 7th inning. They tried to pick up some runs in the 8th. They left a runner stranded at third base in the 8th inning. They left another runner stranded at second base in the bottom of the 9th inning. So the Lemurs were close, but just not close enough to end up picking up a win last night. Cameron Songer was able to sit down with manager Pete Gavilla after last night's ball game, and here's the manager's thoughts on last night's game.
Just initial thoughts from tonight's loss.
We need to get some hits, score some runs. I mean, so bottom line, we are really struggling offensively. We're real struggling with people on base, and nobody's coming up big in big situations, and it's just, until they start getting some hits with people on base, we're going to struggle because, we can't go out there and get 4 or 5 or 6 hits. And, Henry pitched a great game, went 8 innings, gave up 3 runs. You figure you're going to win those games all the time. But we have struggled to score runs. So we're going to have to do something here to change the mojo.
Yeah, what do you think about Henry settling down after that second inning?
Good. I mean, Henry pitched really well in Joplin for 7 innings, and we had 1 bad inning, and then he regrouped, pitched real well, changed his speed, located everything. I mean, that happens. But, as Henry's teammates, we got to come up and score some runs after you see him start, settling down and getting some outs and putting up some zeros. I mean, we really got to do a better job swinging the bats.
How important you say patience at the plate, working the count? Peterson had 1 at bat that was, I think, 16 pitches. But outside of that, there weren't a ton of guys fouling off a lot of pitches. Is that something you're going to try to work on in terms of getting to their bullpen?
Well, you got as a hitter, you got to sit in your strengths, whatever that may be. If you're a low ball hitter, a high ball hitter, you're off speed hitter, you're a fastball hitter. I mean, you got to sit in your strengths, and we seem to be, letting the pitcher dictate our at bats to us, and as a hitter, you got to dictate your at bat to the pitcher. So we got to get that rectified and corrected quickly.
One positive note much sharper defensively. The errors that were a problem last night. That wasn't a problem tonight.
Yeah, we played really good defensively, and we played well behind Henry, and there was no issues with our defense and our pitching today. It's the same. It's like Groundhog Day every day, watching us hit. It's the same old thing, man. It's the same thing every day, and we got to make some changes. We got to start scoring some runs for these guys because they're doing a good job on the mound.
One small positive on offense was Poirena making the most of a rare shot to get in on offense. What do you think of him?
He did. I was just hoping he didn't get hurt and didn't get picked off. But he scored a run, and it was a positive thing out there. He's a guy that's actually played some positions as a player, and he's a guy that can probably help us with our small roster. And instead of me burning a player there, it's nice to have Poirena around.
He did almost get picked off, but he avoided it.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a mistake by everybody. I think he was throwing it back to the pitcher, and the pitcher pulled his glove down. Because I think the shortstop was as shocked as Poirena.
When you talk about making some changes, you mean from a personnel standpoint, and if so, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for somebody driving some runs, man. I mean, we need somebody in the middle lineup and driving some runs. I mean, we have plenty of opportunities with people on base. We just need to find somebody and get somebody in here who can drive some runs in for us in some key situations. I mean, we are just absolutely struggling as a ball club to hit in crucial situations. I mean, we had the bases loaded, nobody out. I felt pretty good about our chances to score 2 or 3 there. We scored a couple, but it was kind of odd. People hit the sack flying and get a pass ball. You'd like to score more than 2 there in those situations.
Looking forward to tomorrow. Who do you have going, and what are your thoughts about his ability to attack their orbit?
Yeah, man. Lucian's down tomorrow. He's pitched very well for us. He's done a great job, and we expect him to go out and, just like Henry, keep us in a ball game. Keep him to 2 or 3 runs, and hopefully, somebody in our lineup will get hot and start driving in some runs and scoring up some baseballs and barreling up some baseballs.
I think they have Strong going. He played for you guys last year.
Cutters. He does nothing but cutters. He does one pitch. He does a cutter, and he does it about 80% of the time. So it's not hard to figure out what he's going to do to us. So just got to make him get that cutter somewhere around the plate instead of swinging at it when it goes out of the strike zone.
That's Lemurs manager Pete Gavilla along with Cameron Songer, and from the Laredo Morning Times, that was Zach Davis, the other voice that you heard there. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. On the other side of the break, Cameron Songer today was able to sit down with one of the newest Lemurs, Ryan Ortiz. He's one of the catchers for the ball club. We'll have that coming up next. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo. Hey fans, every Monday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is Margarita Monday. Come on out to the ballpark and cool off with an ice-cold margarita for only $2. But please do not drink them too fast. You might get a brain freeze. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS. Check us out at LaredoLemurs.com.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Delmar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, where you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
Back here on the Laredo Lemurs pregame show, Cameron Songer here, joined by Lemurs catcher and I guess now first baseman Ryan Ortiz. Ryan, tell us a little bit about your baseball journey. Tell us a story.
Well, from San Diego. I went to St. Augustine High School, a little small all-boy Catholic school. I got a college scholarship to go to Oregon State, where I went there for 3 years, won a national championship in 07. And then I got drafted by Oakland, and I spent 6 or 7 years there, and just recently, joined the Lemurs. So excited to be here. It's good to play again, and we'll see what happens.
All right, as a fellow San Diegan, you were a kid growing up watching that '98 Padres team. Were you a big Padres fan? And who was your favorite player?
I actually wasn't. I actually grew up a Dodger fan, so so my favorite player would be Mike Piazza for the Dodgers. So I remember those games vividly, going to Petco to watch those rivalries, rooting for the Dodgers, and Padres beat us. So. But now, now I kind of turned into a Padre fan. So, who knows? I don't really care very much anymore.
Once you're playing with those guys, it's a little bit different. Yeah. Tell us about the College World Series. That's a heck of a story. I didn't even know that. Winning that with your teammates, obviously that's a very different experience that must be pretty fun.
Yeah, it's something I'll never forget. I was just a freshman in 07. But going to Omaha, winning the whole thing, just an experience I'll never forget, and so much fun.
All right, so far, this is your first season in the American Association, your first season in independent ball. What are your impressions of this league as it compares to affiliated ball?
You know what? I'm very impressed with it. I think it's very, it's good talent. Pitchers are, really good. So, I'm really, happy to, be playing here, and hopefully, keep on playing, and hopefully win a pennant.
The pitchers here is a nice mix of guys. You also have a veteran catcher like Brian Peterson. What's your relationship like with those guys as part of a battery with the different pitchers, and also what have you learned from Brian so far?
Brian's a great guy, great teammate. Just talking with him, being around a baseball guy, you learn a lot new things, and he's done a great job with his pitching staff, and we have a great pitching staff. All our pitchers are doing a great job. Starters are giving us quality starts. Our bullpen is shutting the door. We just as our offense needs to come around and start hitting a little bit for them, and hopefully we get going a little bit.
Coming from Southern California, you obviously played in other places throughout your minor league career. Laredo is a little bit of a different world, a little bit of an adjustment. What's been your favorite part of living here in South Texas?
I haven't really got to see a lot of the town, but I played in the Texas League. I was in Midland, Texas. So I'm kind of used to the heat. But the fans are good. The ballpark's great. So I love every part of that. So.
All right, well, you kind of touched on your College World Series experience a little bit. I'm going to put you on the spot here. What's your all-time favorite memory of your entire baseball career?
Yeah, you're right. College World Series championship is probably my favorite. I think also just being drafted, getting to play, baseball professionally, continuing playing. So, and that's what I'm doing here. Just continuing to play. So.
All right, thanks. That's Lemurs catcher Ryan Ortiz. The Lemurs pregame show will be right back.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo. Hey fans, every Monday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is Margarita Monday. Come on out to the ballpark and cool off with an ice-cold margarita for only $2. But please do not drink them too fast. You might get a brain freeze. To get tickets, call 956-7 Lemurs. Check us out at LaredoLemurs.com.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Delmar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, where you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included. Laredo Lemurs Baseball is on the air, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Valley Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade 40, Whataburger of Alice. And now here's Bill Harrington with all your Laredo Lemurs play-by-play action.
All right, Lemurs fans, thanks for joining us tonight. Bill Harrington along with Cameron Songer here at Uni-Trade Stadium as we get ready for this third and final game of this three-game set between the Lemurs and the Canaries. The Lemurs will try to rebound tonight after losing the first two games of the series, and they're currently on a four-game losing streak. So for the Sioux Falls Canaries, they're going to lead off with Chris Grayson. He'll play out in left field. Brett Balcom will bat second and play second base. David Bergen will play first base. He'll bat in the 3 spot. Brian Humphreys is the designated hitter. He'll work as the DH. Jason, did I just say that twice? Yes. Brian Humphreys will work as the designated hitter. He'll bat in the 4 spot. Jason Repka will play right field. He'll bat 5th. Richard Stock's going to do the catching tonight. He'll bat in the 6 hole. Angel Chavez will play third base. He'll bat 7th. Cody Bishop is in center field batting 8th. And RJ Perucci, he'll play shortstop and bat in the 9 spot tonight. So Matt Lewson's on the mound this evening for the Laredo Lemurs. He'll go to the hill with a record of 3 wins and 5 losses, a 4.35 ERA. He's going to be making his 15th start of the year here tonight. So far, he has thrown in 70 and a third innings, given up 70 hits, 40 runs, 34 of them have been earned, and he has 56 strikeouts and 42 walks that he's given up. Hitters are hitting against him so far this year, just under 300. So we're ready to go. And Grayson into the batter's box. That one misses high. So we're underway. The first pitch for you comes in at 7:34. And your game time temperature is a nice toasty 102. The 1-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. So Chris Grayson looks at a couple of pitches to get things going. He wants to get an eyeball full of tonight's starting pitcher, Matt Lewson. The 1-1 swung in a line drive into left center field. That one might be trouble. In fact, it's going to land and go all the way out to the wall. Trying to run it down is Chris Elder, but going in with a double is Grayson. So that's how things get started for Sioux Falls. A double by tonight's leadoff man, Chris Grayson. Grayson picking up his 9th double of the season right there. You just split the left fielder and the center fielder, and the ball goes all the way out to the wall. Brett Balcom will be the next batter. So just underway here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Only 3 games on tap tonight in the American Association. So we'll be one of those 3 games. We'll keep you informed on what's going on in the rest of the league, of course. But Grayson's over at at second base, and into the batter's box is Brett Balcom. So Balcom, so far in the series, he's picked up 3 hits. He's 3 for 7. Matt Lewson working out of the stretch now, and now timeout's called as Balcom doesn't want to wait any longer. You got the first baseman and the third baseman for the Lemurs playing in behind the cut of the grass. And Balcom batting .435 on the year. He's only playing in his 7th game, though. He'll take a fastball away. The defense for the Lemurs goes like this. You got Chris Elder playing down left. Ty Morrison is in center. Dennis Phipps over in right field tonight. Juan Silverio playing third base. Jehudi Valdez is at short. Kevin Taylor playing second, and one of the newest Lemurs and the guy we just had on the interview, Ryan Ortiz, over at first base. The pitch. That's a strike. That one on the inner third of the plate. A breaking ball there from Matt Lewson. The catcher tonight, Brian Peterson, and of course Matt Lewson up on the hill. No score in the ball game. Runner at second base and nobody out. Second batter of the ball game up at the plate right now. So Matt Lewson works from the first base side of the rubber. He'll check second. He'll deliver home, and that one is fouled off and actually goes right back into the middle of the chest of the catcher, Brian Peterson. Peterson seems to be okay, and the home plate umpire will walk a new baseball out to Matt Lewson. And now Lewson and Peterson are going to talk things over. So your umpires in today's ball game: Tyler Thurman behind the plate, Chance Wilson over at first base, and last night's home plate umpire Brian Child, he's over at third base this evening. So the rotation goes, if you're at home, for the umpires, they go from home to third, and then from third to first. So they rotate that way. It's clockwise, right? Yeah, clockwise. There you go. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clear skies tonight here at Uni-Trade Stadium. We got some clouds off in the distance, but nothing that's going to do us any harm. Wind is blowing towards the left field stands. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A breaking ball misses away. So even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brett Balkin out of Carlsbad, California, 5'10", 185 pounds. He went to Cal State Northridge. Played there last year. In fact, he was undrafted, and in 2014 played 11 games for the Raton Osos. That's in the Pecos League, so that was his first professional experience last year. The 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball, swung on and fouled back. So Matt Lewson firing another pitch, and we're going to see another one coming up to the batter, Brett Balkin. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Lewson, by the way, when he throws, he's going to bring a fastball, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. So those are the pitches you're going to see out of him. We'll see if we can break them down for you throughout the ballgame. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lewson sets at the chest, the leg kick, the throw home. That one swung on and hit in the air into center field. Ty Morrison has a beat on this one. He'll settle underneath it, come in a little bit, tag in at second, and heading to third is Grayson. Here comes the throw. It's going to dribble into the third baseman, Silverio. So Grayson tags up and takes the extra bag, and he's going to be at third base with 1 out. And that'll bring up David Bergen. So Bergen, the next batter. He's the number 3 hitter, batting .327 on the season. Bergen batting 2 for 8 so far in this 3-game series. So through the first 2 games, he's picked up 2 hits. He did not get a hit yesterday. He went 0 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. So now the infield's going to play in for the Laredo Lemurs. They want to make sure that run does not come in to score, and the outfielders are going to play shallow as well. Here's the pitch. Bergen takes a pitch that misses someplace. I have no idea where that pitch missed. 1 ball and no strikes. Lewson again throws home, and that one is swung on and missed. A high fastball there from Lewson. And that'll make the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Bergen on the year, though, with that .327 batting average. Against righties, he's batting .309. So he's just been solid overall. He's batting .375 against lefties, so don't bring any lefties in right now. He's eating those up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner. A fastball there just above the belt. So David Bergen looking at a 1-2 count. 1 hit in the ball game, no score. The hit goes to the Canaries. The Lemurs have not come up to the plate yet. David Bergen is 25 years old out of Tampa, Florida. The pitch just misses outside. Brian Peterson turns back to the home plate umpire and might have a word or 2 for him there. That looked like a pretty good one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Matt Lewson having to work extra hard here to try to get some strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one misses low and inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now, so a full count to David Bergen. The Canaries today wearing their gray tops. They have gray pants and gray tops, blue numbers and letters, and black outline. It's a nice looking uniform. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and now a snap throw down to third base. Silverio with the tag, but it's a little bit late on Chris Grayson. But nonetheless, Bergen goes down swinging, and that's going to bring up Brian Humphreys. Just so you know, Sioux Falls going with the exact same batting order as they had yesterday. It was the winner yesterday, so why not throw it out again, right? See what happens. So Humphreys is going to step into the batter's box from the left side. I'm going to get out the handy-dandy binoculars. I see a super mustache on the face of Brian Humphreys there. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and laced on a line into right field. A base hit. Coming in to score is Grayson from third base, and Humphreys has a single and an RBI. Remember, he's the American Association Player of the Month. So you got to be careful when you pitch to him. He has been on fire for a full month, and it's carrying over into the month of August. Humphreys now on the season with 41 RBIs. He picked up base hit number 93 right there. Started the day with a .333 batting average, and that's going to go up a little bit. 1-0 Sioux Falls, so they strike early in the ball game, and the first pitch to the next batter, Jason Repko. It misses. 1 ball and no strikes. So runner at first base, Humphreys. He has 6 stolen bases on the year. Matt Lucen peeks over his shoulder. He delivers, and that one is swung on and missed. So Repko, the former major leaguer, up there at the plate right now. Oddly enough, Repko's struggling against right-handed pitching. Batting .250. He hits well against lefties, but only batting .250 here in the American Association against righties. The 1-1 delivery. That one's low and outside. Peterson looks to throw down to first base, but he holds on to the baseball. Yeah, here in the American Association, and just about any other baseball league for that matter, you're going to see a plethora of right-handed pitching. So if you can't hit righties, that's going to make for a long night. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, and that's fouled off. But he is batting well against left-handed pitching. Repko, a former member of the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. He was drafted by the Dodgers in the first round. Played 7 major league seasons, played in 360 big league games with 700 big league at-bats. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's 34 years old. The pitch swung on and hit in the air into shallow left field. Charging the ball is Chris Elder. Here comes Elder. The ball is actually going to fall over the head of Jehudi Valdez. Heading over to the third base is Humphreys. Wow. Thought for sure Elder was going to be able to get to that one, but Jehudi Valdez way out there trying to get to it as well, and the ball falls into shallow left center. So a base hit for Jason Repko off of a right-handed right-handed pitcher. And runners are at first and third with 2 down in the inning. Here comes Richard Stock. 1-0 Canaries. So Richard Stock, the catcher. He'll bat from the left side as well. 6'2", 215 pounds. Richard Stock has a couple of white batting gloves on. He also has some white wrist tape on as well. Here's the delivery. Swung on and missed. A fastball right at the letters, and Stock could not catch up to it. Richard Stock in yesterday's game went 1 for 4. He's currently on a 4-game hitting streak, and over that time he has 5 base hits. No balls and 1 strike. Runners at the corners and 2 down. A throw over to first base, and Ortiz doesn't even lay a tag on the runner as Repko gets back in there easily. 3 hits already for the Canaries, so Matt Lucen looking to settle down for the Laredo Lemurs. Trying to get his team back into the dugout for the first time. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Another high pitch, but that was a changeup there from Matt Lucen. Repko on the season, by the way, with 8 stolen bases. He's over there at first base. No balls and 2 strikes to Richard Stock. Stock batting .276 on the year. Here's the kick and the throw home. They swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. There was a throw down to second base with Repko trying to steal, but the batter strikes out, so that's the third and final out at the plate, so the Lemurs don't need to worry about the runner going into second base. We're going to go ahead and go to the bottom of the first inning. The Lemurs are coming up to the plate. They're down 1-0. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people, epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, breakdancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain Cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost-brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas, as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today. Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts: personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark.
All right, we are back at the ballpark here at Uni-Trade Stadium. Let's go ahead and get you the Lemurs starting lineup for tonight. Dennis Phipps tonight leading off, playing out in right field. Ty Morrison playing center field. He'll bat second. Juan Silverio playing third base and batting in the 3-hole. Kevin Taylor will be at second base. He'll bat fourth. Brian Peterson will do the catching and bat in the 5 spot. Chris Elder playing left field. He'll bat sixth. Devontae Richardson working as the DH tonight. He'll bat in the 7-hole. Ryan Ortiz is at first base batting 8th. And batting 9th is J.D. Valdez. He's the shortstop. All right, so Dennis Phipps being moved up into the leadoff spot tonight for the Laredo Lemurs. We haven't seen him in the leadoff spot. I believe it was last time we saw him there. Here's the pitch to Phipps. He shows bunt, pulls back, and watches it go by. So he looks at a 1-0 count. Jeremy Strawn, a former Lemur, up on the mound tonight. Welcome back, Jeremy Strawn. Good to see you back at Uni-Trade Stadium. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A breaking ball hits the outside part of the plate. Might have been a changeup there from Jeremy Strawn. Strawn will mostly bring a cutter to the party here tonight. That's his main pitch. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That one is a check swing by Phipps. Did he go around? The first base umpire said he did. Make it a 1-2 count. Jeremy Strawn, the former Lemur, starts the day with a record of 2 wins and 9 losses. He has a 4.83 ERA through 14 games and 13 starts this year. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and hit in the air out to right center field. Trying to run this one down as the right fielder. He'll get underneath it. That's Repko making the catch out there. And Dennis Phipps is retired. So 1 down, and Ty Morrison coming up to the plate. Dennis Phipps in a struggle over his last 5 games now. He's 1 for his last 20. So the Lemurs looking for the big guy to come out of his funk. Here's a guy that's not in a funk, Ty Morrison. Ty Morrison batting .396 on the season, even though yesterday he went 0 for 4. So a mini funk for Morrison, but nothing too much to be alarmed about with him as the first pitch comes skipping in to the plate and misses low. 1-0 Canaries. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Remember, Ty Morrison picked up 6 hits in the first game against the Sioux Falls Canaries, the 1-0. Swung on, and that one's missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jeremy Strawn cradles his mitt next to his chest. He'll go into the full windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that one is low and inside. So 2 balls and 1 strike now to Ty Morrison. So Morrison, batting .396 to start the day. Just the other day after going 6 for 6, he was batting .413, the 2-1. That one's low as well. So ever since he's joined the Laredo Lemurs, he has really just been doing very well with the bat. Morrison comes out of the Tampa Bay Rays organization. He was a 4th-round draft pick back in 2008. The 3-1 pitch. That one missed someplace. And Jeremy Strawn wondering the same thing. But the Lemurs will take it. A walk earned by Ty Morrison. And that's the 7th walk Ty takes so far since joining the Lemurs club. That'll bring up Juan Silverio. So manager Pete Cavilla just kind of putting names in a hat today and picking them out and going, all right, Juan Silverio about 3rd. Phipps is in the 1st spot here. Now, I'm sure it was much more scientific than that. Manager Pete Cavilla trying to find the key to how to get this team going right now. So Morrison's over there at first base with 1 out. The pitch, a swing and a ground ball into left field, a base hit. Nicely done there by Silverio. Just kind of reached out and poked that one into left field. Morrison moves up to second base. Juan Silverio with a single, and here comes Kevin Taylor now for the Laredo Lemurs. 1-0 Yellowbirds. They picked up 3 hits in the first inning against the starter Matt Lucen. Kevin Taylor batting .303 as he steps into the batter's box. He's 2 for 8 over the last couple of ball games he's played in. Runners at first and second base. Here's the pitch. Misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. And Kevin Taylor did not play in yesterday's ball game for the Lemurs. That was the first game Kevin Taylor sat out all year. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is high. Well, of course, a lot of these guys will try to play the full season, but you got to give them a break here and there. And the Lemurs, most of their off days come on a bus. And they will have one of those bus off days on Monday, August 17th. They did have a couple of days off on the 28th and 27th and 28th of July, but those are well in the rearview mirror now. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball outside. 3 balls and no strikes. And you can start seeing the disappointment on the face of Jeremy Strawn out there. He thinks he's still in strikes, and he's just not getting the calls. And the Lemurs are up there being nice and patient. 3 balls and no strikes. And the pitch from Strawn. That's a strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Last year, Jeremy Strawn was the American Association Rookie of the Year. When he was pitching with the Laredo Lemurs, he put up a 9-0 record and a 2.45 ERA for the Laredo Lemurs, but has really struggled so far this year. Here's the 3-1 pitch. A couple of head nods, and now Strawn will throw home, and that one is low for a ball. That's ball 4. That's going to load the bases for the Laredo Lemurs. So we saw them in this situation yesterday. And manager Pete Incaviglia mentioned that in the 7th inning, he was just kind of disappointed with the way the Lemurs actually ended up getting their runs, even though they got a couple of runs there with the bases loaded in the 7th. One of them came in on a pass ball. The other one ended up getting driven in on a sacrifice fly. The Lemurs definitely could have struck for some more there. Well, they have a chance here with 1 out and the bases loaded. Let's see if they could shake things up a little bit. It's been tough for them to come up with runs with runners in scoring position as of late. So Brian Peterson up in the batter's box. Actually, he stands pretty much right in the middle of it. Over at third base is Ty Morrison. At second is Juan Silverio. At first base is Kevin Taylor. Here's the pitch. He swings and pops it up into the air into center field. Bishop is charging in. He has a long way to go. He'll make the catch. Morrison's going to try to come home. Here comes the throw. It's going to go all the way through, and Ty Morrison's going to score. Well, that was a chancy play there by Ty Morrison, but the chance was definitely worth it as he comes in to score the run. Silverio stays at second base, and staying over at first is Kevin Taylor. Brian Peterson will get a sacrifice out to center field and runs in to score for the Lemurs. They tie up the game at 1 apiece. That'll bring up Chris Elder. So 2 down, and a runner at first and a runner at second base now for the Laredo Lemurs. The Lemurs at least get 1 run there. That was a tough situation there for Ty Morrison, man. That ball was hit in shallow center field. Here's the pitch to Elder, and he takes a strike at the letters on the outside part of the plate. Ty Morrison kind of in no man's land there, because if that ball would have fell, he would have been at third base as well, trying to tag up in case he was caught. So he still would have had that 90 feet to go to get home. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. A very late swing there by Chris Elder. No balls and 2 strikes. So we're all knotted up at 1 apiece. The Ty Morrison walk comes back to haunt Jeremy Strawn. Chris Elder, a new addition to the Lemurs club. Tonight playing in his 6th game for the team. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses low and away. Chris Elder, since joining the team, is batting .188. He's got 3 hits and 16 at-bats. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Elder earlier this year played 59 games with the Grand Prairie Airhogs. He hit .224. Here's the 1-2 delivery. A fastball outside, grabbing the ball stock. He'll move out to his left and return the ball up to the mound to Jeremy Strawn. The Lemurs will be playing the Sioux Falls Canaries once again on the 18th through the 20th. They're going to be going up to Sioux Falls. Runners at first and second base and 2 down. The Lemurs trying to get another run. Here's the delivery, swung on and fouled away. That'll get up and over the ballpark. Devontre Richardson is on deck for the Laredo Lemurs. So he's awaiting his turn to see if he can come up to the plate in the bottom of the 1st inning. Lemurs traveling tonight, so after this ball game, they'll get on a bus and head on up to Amarillo. The Amarillo Thunderheads are next on the schedule. A 2-2 count. Strawn throws home, and that one's swung, and a ground ball over to the first baseman. Bergen stays down on it. He'll race over to the bag and touch it, and that's going to do it for the Lemurs. But the Lemurs do strike. They tie up the game at 1 apiece. They get a run on a hit. There were no errors and 2 left. We're going to go to the top of the second inning, all tied up at 1 apiece.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo. Hey fans, every Monday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is Margarita Monday. Come on out to the ballpark and cool off with an ice-cold margarita for only $2. But please do not drink them too fast. You might get a brain freeze. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS. Check us out at LaredoLemurs.com.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Del Mar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, where you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
Well, we go to the top of the second inning for the Canaries. It's going to be Angel Chavez, Cody Bishop, and R.J. Perucci coming up to the plate. So it's 7, 8, 9 in the batting order. And we're all tied up at 1 apiece here. Angel Chavez, a former major leaguer, sporting a 217 batting average right now. He's 6 foot even, 214 pounds. Not 215 or 216, but 214 pounds. As the first pitch misses low and in. He's 2 for 10 so far in the series.
You almost never see the anything other than a 5 or a 0 in the weight column.
That's right, the 1-0. That's swung on and missed. As he's 6 foot even, 214 pounds.
Surprised they don't have him at like 6 foot and a quarter.
Right.
You know, yeah. Very precise. Usually they just round.
The 1-1 pitch. It's low, and usually they round up. For height, anyway. You'll round up for height. Unless you start getting into the big guys range, like 6 foot 8, then you really don't have to be rounded up anymore. You just take what you're given. The 2-1 pitch. A check swing and a slow roll up the third base side. Loosen off the hill. He'll grab it. He'll throw it over to first base, but it's going to get away from Ortiz. It'll go over by the Lemurs dugout, and that was a tough play there for Matt Loosen. It'll be an error on him. And he had to hop off the mound, and he made a bad throw over to first. So safe at first base is Angel Chavez. And coming up to the plate is Cody Bishop. Cody Bishop, so far in the series, he's 2 for 6. He has scored a run. He has a double and a couple of walks and a couple of strikeouts. So an error up on the board for the Laredo Lemurs. They did not have an error yesterday, a clean game yesterday after 6 errors the night before the pitch. A fastball. That one cuts the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Cody Bishop starting the day batting .353, only in his 6th game with the Canaries. The 0-1 pitch. High and away. Bishop bats from the left side, 5'10", 165 pounds. He went to North Central Texas College. Currently 24 years old. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Matt Loosen. Nope, he's going to step off the back of the rubber instead. Angel Chavez, he doesn't have any stolen bases on the year, but he's only been with the Canaries for a short time as well, so we'll have to wait and see what he does. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that's fouled back. Yeah, a lot of teams making changes down the stretch here in the American Association. They're trying to find that right combination of players to help them get into the playoffs. Well, Sioux Falls is really not without a chance to get into the playoffs, but Basically what you're doing is, if you're kind of wiped out of it, you're trying to get players for next season. See who's hot and who's not, who can stick with you and who can't. Here's the 1-1. Curveball. That's called strike 3. Ring them up. Third strikeout on the night by Matt Lucen. And that'll be the first out here in the inning, and we'll see R.J. Perucci coming up to the plate. Perucci batting .270 as he gets ready to step into the batter's box. He's been with the Canaries all season long, playing in his 63rd game here tonight for Sioux Falls. Matt Lucen, he sets at the chest. He'll deliver. That is a fastball low and outside. Perucci with 65 hits. He's got a couple of home runs and 8 doubles on the season. And he is 1 for 8 in the series. The delivery swung on and a slash foul over to the right side. That'll get up onto the concourse and ping-pong around a little bit. Perucci enters his first season with the Canaries. He appeared 40 games last year with the Rio Grande Valley White Wings. That's in the United League. The United League not playing baseball this year. He appeared in 40 games for the White Wings. He put up a .289 batting average. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the delivery. Swung on a fly ball, hit into right field. Dennis Phipps will come in. He's got this one under control. He'll make the catch up by his face. And that'll be the second out. Yeah, there's a lot of Rio Grande Valley White Wings spread throughout the American Association this year after that team. Of course, like I said, the United League not playing baseball this season, so a lot of those players are available. And some of them good enough to play here in the American Association. So the White Wings apparently were the best team in that league last season. So we go back up to the top of the order. Chris Grayson will be the batter. He doubled to start off the ball game, and he came around to score a run. Brian Humphreys drove him in, so that's the 1 run up on the board for the Canaries. The Lemurs have a run as well, so we're all tied up at 1 apiece. Lucen throws home, and that is a breaking ball that hits the inside part of the plate for a strike. An 0-1 count to Chris Grayson. Grayson's 25 years old. He's with he's in his first season with the Canaries. He spent last year in the Rangers organization. A changeup here misses high. He's from Monroe, Louisiana. Isn't that where the Duck Dynasty guys are from? Monroe, Louisiana? I could be wrong. I used to watch the show, and they've kind of lost me. It's too scripted now. The 1-1 pitch swung on and a pop-up over to the left side, and it looks like it's going to go ahead and fall foul. But I believe those guys are from Monroe, Louisiana. That show made an impact, didn't it? Duck Dynasty. Wow. I don't know if you've been following up with the Naked and Afraid show, but I have. Just so you know, I don't watch it when I'm naked or afraid, but it is a good show to watch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Too much? Yeah, probably. The runner from first is going. Lucen doesn't step off the rubber, and the pitch is hit into the air out to center field. Morrison coming in. He'll reach up and make the catch, and that'll do it for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Angel Chavez was on the move. We're through inning and a half here. We're going to head to the bottom of the second inning. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
You know, for 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course, quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
All right, back to action here. Devontre Richard getting ready to step into the batter's box. It'll be Richardson, Ortiz, and J.U.D. Valdez for the Laredo Lemurs against the former Lemur, last year's Rookie of the Year, Jeremy Strawn. Jeremy Strawn and his brother, Josh Strawn, both played for the Lemurs last season. A 1-1 tie. Here's the pitch. Richardson shows bunt, bunts at it, bunts it pretty hard to the third baseman. Chavez will charge it. He was playing very far back, and that's going to be a base hit for Devontre Richardson. Nice thought there by Richardson. He surveyed the situation, saw Chavez pretty far back there, and decided to lay down a bunt and get an easy base hit out of it. Here comes Ryan Ortiz. Richardson now 2 for his last 19. He has been struggling at the plate. Maybe that base hit right there will help him get going. Nonetheless, the Lemurs have a leadoff base runner. And Devontre Richardson can steal a bag or two. He has 12 stolen bases on the year. So Ryan Ortiz into the batter's box now. The first baseman tonight for the Laredo Lemurs, Dustin Geiger, getting another night off, at least in the early going. He did play yesterday. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. That one's inside and low. Ortiz batting .222 on the year since joining Laredo. He's playing in his 9th game tonight. Former member of the Oakland Athletics. We had him on the pregame show today. Cameron Songer was able to sit down with Ryan Ortiz. We found out he's a Dodger fan. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside for a ball. Not only a Dodger fan, but a fan of Mike Piazza. One of the biggest and baddest Dodgers of all time. 2 balls and no strikes. I remember watching Mike Piazza come into Candlestick Park and play against the San Francisco Giants, and boy, that guy could hit some home runs. Holy moly. The 2-0 swung on a fly ball, hit into center field. Charging is Bishop. The center fielder will actually get into the gap in the left center and make the catch. And that'll be an out for Ryan Ortiz, the first out in the inning. Last year, the Laredo Lemurs had Mike Piazza play for him. That's right. Mike Piazza started off the season with the Laredo Lemurs, and he played, I think it was about a month or so before he got picked up by an affiliated team. Unfortunately, it wasn't the real Mike Piazza. It was the cousin of the real Mike Piazza, named Mike Piazza. He actually was a minor league baseball player, and they had the same name. They were cousins. So he started off with the Lemurs, played about a month, and then ended up getting picked up by the Angels. He was the starting pitcher for Laredo. A runner at first base, and J.U.D. Valdez is the batter. Richardson takes off. Strawn slips off the bag. He throws over to first. Richardson dives back in head first, and he barely got back in there. Close play. I broke a little bit of a sweat right there watching that one. A 1-1 tie. 1 out. J.U.D. Valdez in the middle of the batter's box. And Jeremy Strawn looks over his shoulder. Keeping an eye on Richardson and the pitch. It's high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Going back to the Mike Piazza thing for a second, how many times were you asked by visiting teams, fans, opposing media, what's going on here? Is this for real?
Yeah, well, a lot of people thought it might be his son. You know, they was wondering if there was a relation, and there was a relation. The pitch swung on a fly ball hit into center field. Coming in, Bishop. Bishop will put on the brakes. Now he'll restart the engine and chug underneath it to make the catch. And, of course, the first question out of my mouth when I met him is, what is your relation to Mike Piazza, if there is any? And he kind of just smiled and goes, I get that question everywhere I go. And, of course, you're going to get that question everywhere you go. Not only do you play baseball, but you're playing, under the name of a very famous baseball player. The Laredo Lemurs once had an Ernie Banks on their team. I don't know if you knew that or not. Dennis Phipps into the batter's box. Runner at first base and 2 down. Not the Ernie Banks, of course. The pitch swung on and fouled away. But Ernie Banks Jr. Now, Ernie Banks Jr. is not the son of Ernie Banks. Just happened to be named Ernie Banks Jr. And he played for the Lemurs. And I think he might be back in the American Association. I saw his name on the transaction list the other day. He might be with the Kansas City T-Bones. That kind of rings a bell. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch swung on and fouled off by Dennis Phipps. Odd to see Phipps out of the leadoff spot here. He started off the batting for the Laredo Lemurs when they were in the first inning. Just so used to seeing him in the 3-4 hole this year. But he's trying to get the Lemurs kick-started here tonight. No balls and 2 strikes to Phipps. Yes, Ernie Banks Jr. back in the American Association. He went from playing with the Laredo Lemurs up to the Gary South Shore Railcats. And then Ernie Banks Jr. ended up in the Can-Am League with the Newark Bears. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Phipps goes down looking. The Lemurs leave a leadoff base runner stranded at first base. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one left. We're going to go to the top of the third inning. We're knotted up at 1 apiece. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Calle del Norte, Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation, servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas. Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transport to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS accepts most major medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and many more. Capital Care EMS is locally owned and operated. Call now for your free consultation. 956-712-8911. That's 956-712-8911. Capital Care EMS, creating a new standard in medical transportation. Capital Care EMS, the official ambulance of your Laredo Lemurs.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
All right, here we go into the third inning. Matt Lewson takes the hill, and he's going to be facing off against Brett Balkin as he steps into the batter's box. All tied up at 1 apiece. The Lemurs need a win today. They have lost 4 in a row. Second time this year they've lost 4 in a row. They've lost 3 in a row twice as well. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. So the Lemurs do not want to make it 5 in a row. They have not lost 5 in a row this season. No balls and 1 strike. And Lewson peers over the mitt, gets the sign from Peterson. And the 1-0 delivery, the 0-1 delivery. That's in there for a strike. That was a curveball there from Matt Lewson. So Lewson starting the day with a 3-5 record, a 4.35 ERA through 14 games. All starts for Lewson. He has not worked out of the bullpen once this season. Usually here and there, the starters will make a side appearance. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and fouled off. At least in the American Association, I've seen plenty of independent baseball where guys have worked on the side as starting pitchers. Even Jeremy Strawn, the starting pitcher for the Sioux Falls Canaries today, he's made 1 bullpen appearance this year. No balls and 2 strikes. But none for Lewson. He has stayed as a starter the whole time. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Curveball stays high. So Lewson working off his last 2 outings. He has taken losses in his last 2 outings. In fact, his last start against Joplin, he only pitched 4 innings. He gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 4 batters. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch home. Another curveball. That one swung on, hit in the air into right center. Dennis Phipps is ranging for it. He'll give way to Ty Morrison, though. Ty Morrison will take over and make the catch in the gap in right center field. So an F8 in your scorebook, and David Bergen coming up to the plate, the number 3 hitter. Now Lewson also lost against Wichita. The Lemurs really lost that one big. It was a 9-1 final in favor of the Wichita Wingnuts. That was the opener against Wichita back on July 23rd when the Wichita Wingnuts came to town. That was the first time they visited Uni-Trade Stadium this year. It was that 3-game series. Wichita will be down 1 more time, and that's going to be on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. Here's the pitch. That one grazes the outside corner for a strike. The Lemurs are going to go to Wichita 3 times this season. So advantage Wichita. We have to go there 3 times. They only have to come down here twice. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Swung on and popped up over to the right side. That one's going to get out of play. Look out over there. Ball coming your way. No balls and 2 strikes now to David Bergen. Yeah, Matt Lucen was a former member of the Chicago Cubs organization. He was a 23rd round draft pick back in 2010 by the Cubbies. And the delivery. Curveball misses outside. That would be a neat organization to be a part of. When I talked to Matt Lucen, I asked him if he ever was able to step into Wrigley Field, and he never got the chance. If you ever get the chance, I highly suggest it. It's a great ballpark. Of course, it's one of the most historic ballparks in the history of baseball. The 1-2 swung on and fouled away. So you got to go to Wrigley Field if you're a baseball fan sooner or later. Now Brian Peterson's going to talk things over with Matt Lucen. Of course, right now, Wrigley Field undergoing a lot of changes. They're doing a makeover on it. Added a big scoreboard out there in the outfield this year, a big video board, bigger than the one we have out here at Uni-Trade Stadium out in right center. The Lemurs have the biggest video board in the American Association, so we're lucky to have that. But the new board out in Wrigley Field is very, very big. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and lined into left field. That'll be a base hit. Bergen with his first hit of the ball game. He'll round the bag at first base, put on the brakes, and take a couple of shuffle steps back into the bag. So 1 out and a runner at first. Brian Humphreys now the batter. Humphreys with a single and an RBI in his last at-bat in the first inning. He's the reason there's a run-up on the board for the Canaries. Speaking of which, we're all tied up at 1 apiece. Sitting here in the 3rd inning. So the last time I stepped into Wrigley Field was 2003, 2004, something like that. It's been a long time. 1 ball and 2 strikes, but looking forward to going back someday. The 1-2 pitch, that's a new pitch. A line drive right to the second baseman, a flip back to first. It's a double play. That was the first pitch to Humphreys. They had a count up on the board, and it was lined sharply to the second baseman. Taylor grabbed it, flipped to Ortiz, and that's a double play. Just like that. Lemurs are out of trouble, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lemurs coming up to the plate. Tied at 1. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball. Looking to travel this summer? If the year-round flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for you, take advantage of Allegiant's direct flights from Laredo International Airport to Orlando. For as low as $119 round trip, you and your family can be in Orlando in 2.5 hours. Fly in comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
3, 2, 1, number 1. That's Laredo's number 1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off, not good enough, but 25% off, now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles available, makes it the best pricing ever. 2015 Equinox, 2015 Traverse, not 15, but 25% off. And the best financing rates for the best month ever, 1.9 interest. Family Chevrolet of Laredo.com. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Family Chevrolet is the number 1 volume Chevy dealer for a reason. Every customer rides during our spring cleaning closeout sale with massive price gifts on 600 Chevys. New 2015 Chevy Cruze. How about 25% off MSRP? Wow, that's huge. Or only $199 a month. New 2015 Malibu for only $269 a month.
All right, Ty Morrison into the batter's box, and he takes a strike. That's how we get started here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. All tied up at 1 apiece. 1 run on 4 hits for Sioux Falls. 1 run on 2 hits with an error for the Laredo Lemurs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jeremy Strawn works quickly. He'll throw home. That one is swung on and fouled off. I think that got a piece of the home plate umpire, Tyler Thurman. So Morrison, the lone run for the Laredo Lemurs so far tonight. Morrison walked and was driven home by Brian Peterson's sacrifice fly to center field. So a 1-1 tie. Jeremy Strawn up there on the mound. He'll deliver. That is low for a ball. Strawn with a great season last year. It was really fun to watch the young man come out of college and develop into a nice professional baseball player last season for the Laredo Lemurs. Jeremy Strawn went to Florida Atlantic University. He made his professional debut last year for the Lemurs on June 18th. The 1-2 pitch. A late swing and a miss there by Morrison. He strikes out. You don't see too many of those by Ty. And Juan Silverio now coming up to the plate. So far a good pitchers matchup, even though a couple of runs have been scored on the day. Juan Silverio with a single in his last at bat. Yeah, so Strawn won the American Association Pitcher of the Month honors for the month of July last year. He also won the American Association Rookie of the Year award. We told you about that. But he won the Pitcher of the Month honors for the month of July last season. The pitch, a fastball on the inside part of the plate, right above the belt. During the month last year for Strawn, he went 4-0 with a 2.21 ERA. He pitched in 6 games and made 5 starts. The 0-1 pitch popped up on the infield. Who's going to take this one? As the first baseman comes down the first base line, Bergen will get there and make the catch. And that'll be 2 outs quickly. Kevin Taylor, the next batter now for the Laredo Lemurs. Also Strawn with a 4-0 month last year in the month of July through 6 games. He had 1 complete game that month. He actually threw 2 complete game shutouts in the 2014 season. Both of them ended up coming up against the Grand Prairie Airhogs. And into the batter's box now, Kevin Taylor. He walked earlier in the ballgame. And the pitch from Strawn, and that one swung on and fouled up into the screen right in front of us. That one would have been coming right above our head. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Strawn last year also won the Pitcher of the Week honors on August 24th. So for that week ending on August 24th. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses low. Here at Uni-Trade Stadium last year, Jeremy Strawn was 4-0 with a 2.04 ERA through 8 games. He made 5 starts here at the ballpark. And the 1-1 pitch swung on a ground ball up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Kevin Taylor. He's going to take a hard turn around the bag at first, but on top of the ball out there in center field is Bishop. So 2-out base hit for Kevin Taylor, and Brian Peterson will be the next batter for the Laredo Lemurs. Well, Brian Peterson dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue right now, but he is in the ball game tonight working as the Lemurs catcher. When we were up in Joplin, Brian was running between second and third, and with about a third of the way to go to the bag at third base, he ended up pulling up with a hamstring injury. So still hurting, but at least he's good enough to be out there to play. 1 ball and 1 strike. A runner at first base for the Lemurs. Kevin Taylor is the runner at first after getting a base hit. Kevin Taylor on the year with 5 stolen bases. The pitch, swing and a miss. Swing and a foul. That one goes back to the screen. Yeah, it must have been nice for Jeremy Strawn last year to be able to pitch with his brother Josh Strawn. Both of them pitching in the professional ranks. Josh Strawn spent some time with the Grand Prairie Airhogs as well as the Laredo Lemurs when he was here in the American Association. Here's the 0-1 delivery. A changeup. That one hits the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Peterson. So Strawn looking into Brian Peterson. He's looking into the catcher. Gets the sign. And the 0-2 pitch swung and popped up over to the right side. That one is going to get back out of play up onto the concourse at the ballpark. And young man's going to try to run that one down as it bounces around quite a bit. So still no balls and 2 strikes to Brian Peterson. Peterson starting the day for the Lemurs, batting .287. Just solid. I mean, every year a guy comes out here, bats .280 plus. No balls and 2 strikes. He's 37. Here's the 0-2. Misses away. I mean, a 37-year-old working as a catcher, that's one thing, and then he comes out here and bats .280 plus. When he was with the Lemurs back in 2012, he hit .284. In 2013, he batted .289 for Laredo. And here this year, batting .287. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The delivery. Called strike 3. Peterson thought that one was inside. He's going to have a few words for the home plate umpire. That's going to do it for Laredo. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one left. We're going to go to the top of the fourth inning, knotted up at one apiece. Cameron Saunders up next. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Catholic College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800. Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Kaplan College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800.
Kaplan College does not guarantee employment or career advancement. Information about programs at www.kaplancollege.com/consumer-info.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. You know, sweet and savory, it's a perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
All right, so we slip and slide up to the top of the fourth inning. Matt Lewson still on the mound for the Lemurs. We have a 1-1 tie, and take it through the next three innings is Cameron Sanger.
Thanks, Bill. Jason Repko, the former major leaguer, will get things started for the Canaries in the top of the fourth inning. He's in the number 5 spot in the batting order tonight. He'll be followed by Richard Stock and Angel Chavez. We're tied up 1-1 in the top of the fourth inning. Canaries looking to complete a sweep of the Lemurs. A little surprising given where these teams were coming into this series. The Canaries have won both games in this series so far. They now sit at 28-39. The Lemurs are 35-32. The Lemurs are now 3 games back in the wild card, and the Canaries are 10 back in that wild card race. Fortunately for the Lemurs, the South Division is also pretty close as well. Breaking ball in there for a called strike on Repko. He's 1 for 1 with a single. The Canaries play in the American Association North Division, which is dominated at this point by the St. Paul Saints. They have a 23.5 game lead over the Sioux Falls Canaries at this point in the season. 0-1 pitch, check swing, fouled off into the net. And granted, Sioux Falls isn't the second place team in that division, but we're about 2/3 of the way through the season. St. Paul's magic number to win their division is 13. There's still a month left in the season. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high. Righty-righty matchup here is Matt Lewson on the hill. He's 26 years old, out of Jacksonville University. And he faces Jason Repko, who gets things started for the Canaries, as both teams trying to get run number 2 up on the board. Fastball misses inside, and the count now 2-2. Both runs came in the first inning in this ball game. Canaries have 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. Lemurs have 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. Lewson will wind and come home with the pitch. Swung on, lofted up high. This is barely leaving the infield. The second baseman, Taylor, will give way to the shortstop, Valdez. He makes the catch on the infield dirt for out number 1. Lights are on at Uni-Trade Stadium. As the temperature at first pitch was 102 degrees, it's still pretty warm out here in Laredo tonight, but a nice breeze, not as windy as it was last night, a breeze blowing from right to left, helping out balls hit to the left side and out towards left field. Richard Stock looks at a first pitch fastball in the dirt for ball 1. Uni-Trade Stadium, a park that favors right-handed hitters. It's 345 down the right field line, which is where left-handed hitters tend to hit it, 325 to left field. This one swung on, popped up. This is going to get foul and out of play over the Canaries dugout down the third baseline. And it's strike 1 on Richard Stock. Stock on the day is 0 for 1. He struck out, one of 3 strikeouts that Matt Lewson recorded so far today. Stock's a .276 hitter on the season. Fastball misses outside, and it's now 2-1. Richard Stock hits .283 against right-handed pitchers and .262 against lefties. It's a little unusual for a left-handed hitter, but I think the majority of hitters that guys have faced at this point in their career have been righties, so it's a familiarity thing. Here's the 2-1. Fastball misses high and inside. It's now 3-1 to Richard Stock. He certainly has not walked very much this season. Just 4 walks in 50 games. And his last at-bat was his 200th of the season. Swings, pops this one up down the first base line. Trouble locating it here as it looks like Phipps is going to call everyone else off. The right fielder charges in. He calls off the second and first baseman who were both there on the shallow right field grass, and that's out number 2. So Stock just wasn't patient enough at the plate. That might have been ball 4 that he just swung at. Instead, he swings, pops it out to the right fielder, and it's out number 2. Stock is now 0 for 2 on the day. And that'll bring up Angel Chavez, a 34-year-old from Panama. Has some major league experience. He played 10 games with the San Francisco Giants in the summer of 2005. A career .263 hitter in 19 major league at-bats. He's hitting .217 this year with the Canaries. This is just his 6th game. Looks at a breaking ball, misses in. And the count 1-0 to Chavez. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 4th inning for the Canaries. We're tied 1-1 in the 3rd and final game of this series. Canaries going for the sweep. Fastball taken, called strike at the knees. Lucen is making his 15th start of the season. He has a 4.35 ERA. Coming into tonight's game, he's been pretty steady. 70 1/3 innings pitched. Breaking ball laced over the head of the third baseman, Silverio. And that'll get down into left field for a 2-out single. Chavez is on base for the 2nd time today. He reached on an error to lead off the 2nd inning, and the Canaries weren't able to make anything happen. And with 2 outs and just the 1 runner on, the numbers certainly don't favor the Canaries getting anything going this inning either. So Chavez will stand on first. Cody Bishop now to the plate. He's another new Canary. He's also played in just 5 games so far this year. Like Chavez. Both joined the team around the same time. Although Bishop's hitting .353 on the season. Swings and misses at this one. That actually was tipped into the glove of the catcher Peterson behind the plate. That was pitch number 62 on the night for Matt Lucen as he's looking to finish up the 4th inning. Doesn't appear to be any action up in the Lemurs bullpen over on behind the right field fence. 0-1 pitch misses outside. That makes the count 1-1. So Bishop is a North Central Texas college product. He's in his 4th season of professional baseball. Spent the entire 2013 season in the United League after 2012 in the Pecos League. Played for Gary last year. Loops this one over the head of the shortstop. That's down into left field. Back-to-back singles for the Sioux Falls Canaries here in the 4th inning. And they put a man in scoring position with 2 outs. R.J. Perucci, the number 9 hitter. We'll see if he can convert that into a run. Bishop now has a hit in every game in this series and has a hit in every game in his season as a Sioux Falls Canary. 1 hit on July 26th, 1 on July 29th, 2 on July 30th. They had August 1st off as a travel day, and then 1 hit in each of the 3 games this series here. So Bishop is on first, Chavez is on second. First pitch fastball misses high and outside to Perucci. 1-1, still the score. Both teams scoring in the 1st inning. Since then, it's been pretty quiet here at Uni-Trade Stadium. The Lemurs wearing their camouflage tops as Lucen working out of the stretch, glances over his shoulder and comes home with the pitch. It's hit foul over the first base side and out of play. That evens up the count at 1-1 to Perucci. And the Canaries wearing gray tops with blue numbers and blue lettering. It's the first time we've seen those jerseys from them. They wore black tops on the first day of the series. That was Sunday night. And blue camouflage tops last night. So, a nice different uniform tour of the American Association. Fastball catches the outside corner, taken for strike 2. Perucci disagreeing with the home plate umpire there, Tyler Thurmond, as he kind of lets his shoulders drop as he steps back out of the batter's box, takes a practice cut, steps back in. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, runners on first and second, as the Canaries are looking to try to take the lead in this game. Lucen from the stretch, here's the pitch, fastball, hit on the ground to second base, ranging for it is Taylor, and he lost the ball as he made a sliding stop. Couldn't make the transfer from glove to throwing hand, and it'll be an infield single for R.J. Perucci. Base is now loaded. 3 straight 2-out singles by the Sioux Falls Canaries. Lineup will turn over here. Chris Grayson comes to the plate. We'll see if there's any move made here by Peterson or Lemurs pitching coach Mike Meyer just to come and have a word with Matt Lucen. But there does not appear to be any move at all. They're going to let him work. Chris Grayson to the plate. A .363 hitter. He's in his 39th game on the season with the Sioux Falls Canaries. And he has an opportunity to make something happen. Base is full of Canaries. And the 25-year-old Grayson digs into the left-handed batter's box. The righty loosened from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike at the knees. Right there on the inside part of the plate. There was nothing Grayson could do with that fastball. That was nice stuff there by Loosen. He comes set, and another pitch. Swung on, tapped foul down the third base line. As that bounces off the railing of the Sioux Falls Canaries dugout. And it will be scooped up by a coach and tossed into the stands, and a lucky fan will get a souvenir baseball. He'll be able to show that off to his or her friends and say, "Look, I caught a foul ball." You should have seen it. It was a line drive, and I just picked it out of the air with my bare hand. You wouldn't know unless you were there. That's why it's important to come to the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. You can call BS on your friends. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded, tied 1-1 in the top of the fourth. Grayson at the plate, Loosen comes set, and here's the pitch. Fastball lined down the first base line. That's going to be dropped by Ortiz. He got a glove on it, trickles into the corner. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Being held up at third is Peruki, and standing on second base is Chris Grayson. That was a tough play, a hot shot down the first base line for Ortiz. He got a glove on it. And I think because he was able to get the leather on that ball, they're going to call that an error.
At the plate for Sioux Falls, number 27.
Either way, 2 runs score. It's now 3-1 Canaries. And that's a tough bounce for the Laredo Lemurs and Matt Loosen. So close to making this a quick inning. Suddenly 3 straight singles. And then just like that, 1 bad bounce on the infield. 2 runs score. So Peruki's on third. Chavez and Bishop both score on the play. And the top of the fourth inning continues. Brett Balkin now to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. This Canaries working with a lead again. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. That was a fat pitch there. The curveball from a right-handed pitcher. If it misses outside, that means it probably caught some part of the plate on its way across, but then just kept breaking. 1-0 pitch. This is low. 2-0. First base is open for Brett Balkin. David Bergen is the man on deck. The Lemurs could be thinking about trying to put a force back on at any base, but Bergen is a pretty good hitter. He's hitting .327 on the season with 45 runs batted in. I'm not sure you want to try to pitch to him, but Balkin, also a pretty good hitter. Swings and hits this one foul down the first base line and into the seats. Balkin is in his 7th game with the Sioux Falls Canaries, and he's hitting .435. Of course, that's a pretty small sample size, just 6 games. He has hits in 5 of those 6 games, including 3 multi-hit games in his last 5. 2-1 the count to Balkin. Righty-righty matchup. As Loosen comes set and delivers. Swings, lines this one back of the middle. Diving stop at short by Valdez. The throw to first in time. What a play by Jeudy Valdez. And that's exactly what the Lemurs needed to get out of this inning. So 1 fielding problem by Ryan Ortiz at first base allows 2 runs to score. Jeudy Valdez on a hot shot up the middle says no more runs will score this inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Canaries lead 3-1. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs
Miller
Baseball.
invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Crowd at the bar making you sweat?
Uh-huh.
Could you use some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in epic nights, maximum refreshment, great times, awesome memories, high fives, smiles, Rocky Mountain refreshment, Blue Mountain refreshment, quadruple epic refreshment, killer parties, and totally refreshed killer parties. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has Laredo's largest water slides. We're proud to say that we serve the greater Laredo area and supply slip sliding fun for kids of all ages. Texas Inflatable Rentals has a huge selection of inflatables for every budget. And to add to the party, we rent tables, chairs, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, and cotton candy machines that will help take your party to the next level. We also have moonwalks and bounce houses. Contact Texas Inflatable Rentals at 956-436-3909 or at texasinflatablerentals.com and book with the coupon code LEMURS for a 10% discount. That's Texas Inflatable Rentals, Laredo's largest water slide.
Driscoll Health Plan. All right, the Lemurs come to the plate in the bottom of the fourth. Chris Elder will lead it off as they trail the Canaries 3-1 as the Canaries struck for 2 runs in the top of the fourth inning. Winding and throwing is Jeremy Strawn, and the first pitch misses low to Elder. Elder at the plate. He's hitting 188 as a Lemur. This is just his 6th game with the club. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Rounded out to first in the first inning. That ended the Lemurs' threat. Fastball misses low and outside. It gets away from the catcher, Stock. Doesn't matter, though, with nobody on the base paths. Chris Elder is 5'11", 200 pounds, out of Oral Roberts University. Played 3 years in the Royals organization, reaching High A Wilmington for 14 total games in 2012 and 2013. That was after he signed as an undrafted free agent. This pitch, fastball, catches the outside corner, and it makes the count 2-1. Elder, over 50 plate appearances in High A, was hitting 191. He most recently played for the Grand Prairie Airhogs, was acquired by the Lemurs in late July in a trade where the Airhogs received cash. Fastball missing low, it's now 3-1 to Elder. He was hitting 224 in 59 games with the Grand Prairie Airhogs. 16 runs batted in, 8 doubles, and 1 triple. From the windup, here's the 3-1, and it misses high and inside. A 5-pitch walk by Chris Elder as the Lemurs try to scratch their way back into this game. They're down 3-1. They're trying to avoid a sweep at the hands of the Sioux Falls Canaries. And the number 6 hitter, Chris Elder, gets on with a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Devontre Richardson. Richardson singled in his first plate appearance. He was 1 for 3 last night, and that got him out of a major slump. He's now 2 for his last 19 with hits in the last 2 games, including tonight. He's also had a 21-game hitting streak earlier this season, so he's been hot and cold to the extreme. First pitch to Richardson, catches the inside corner on an off-speed offering there by Jeremy Strawn. 0-1 the count to Richardson. He's in the DH spot tonight for Laredo. We've also seen him play all 3 outfield positions over the course of the season. From the stretch, Strawn comes set. Runner goes. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a called strike. The throw down to second is offline, and it will get into the outfield. Holding up at second base is Chris Elder. He did swipe second base. The strike was called on Devontre Richardson. So the count will be 0-2, but the force is off at second base. What a great throw there by Stock, as that was well off towards the second baseman's side. So it pulled the second baseman Balkin off the bag and into the slide of Elder. Dangerous play there. 0-2 is the count. Righty-righty matchup. A glance over the shoulder. Strawn comes home with the pitch. Richardson takes, and it's low for ball 1. That one was pretty close as the catcher Stock tried to frame it up. And Richardson just hangs on and says, I knew that was a ball. I'm not heading back to the dugout yet. Former Florida State Seminoles hitting .333 on the season, including a .352 mark here at Uni-Trade Stadium. This one runs low and inside, and ducking out of the way is Richardson. He does a back shuffle slide and remains in the batter's box. 2-2, runner on second. No outs for the Lemurs in the bottom of the fourth as they trail 3-1. Devontre Richardson at the plate, looking to break out of that slump definitively here. Strawn with the long hold, now comes home with it. Swung on, tapped down the third base line, scooped up at third base by Chavez. The throw to first is in time by a half a step. Richardson is so quick up the first base line, he's able to nearly beat out a pretty routine ground ball to the third baseman just because of the time it takes for the third baseman to gather and then throw the ball to first base. That's a pretty long throw in the infield. It wasn't hit super hard. That's something you'd see in a batting practice ground ball kind of play, and Richardson nearly beat it out. But he's out. Ryan Ortiz comes to the plate. That's what you would see out of Ichiro Suzuki in his prime in the major leagues. Just about anything he hit in the infield on the ground was potentially, he would be safe at first base. Ryan Ortiz now to the plate. The first pitch to him, swung on, tapped down the third base line, or to the third base side, scooped up at short, and the throw to first in plenty of time as Ortiz hustling that one out, but he's not nearly as fast as Richardson. Ortiz is a catcher/first baseman. Just like that, there's now 2 outs for the Lemurs. Another one pitch at bat. That's been a problem for the Lemurs in this series against the Canaries. They've not really worked too many pitch counts up high, with one notable exception. That was a 14 pitch at bat from Brian Peterson last night. Otherwise, the Lemurs have been letting the Canaries pitchers work pretty quickly. And as Pete Incaviglia, Lemurs manager, talked about, it's important for batters to dictate their at-bats to the pitcher, not the other way around. First pitch fastball misses low and outside to Jeudy Valdez. Valdez is the number 9 hitter tonight for the Lemurs. He plays short. He had that stellar play at short to end the last inning and keep the Canaries' run total at 2 in the top of the 4th. 3-1 is the score. Canaries have 7 hits and have committed no errors. Lemurs have 3 hits and 2 errors. Valdez chops this one over the head of the third baseman. Elder will be waved home. He'll score easily standing up. It's a 2-out RBI single for Jeudy Valdez, and the Canaries' lead is cut in half. It's now 3-2. So a high chopper to third base and a leaping effort by Chavez, the third baseman, and he wasn't able to get to it. Maybe if he was about, let's say, 5 inches taller. That was really up there. Chavez is listed at 6 foot 185. A veteran in this league. He couldn't get to that one. Dennis Phipps comes to the plate now, so lineup turns over. The Lemurs begin their third trip through the batting order. Long hold by Strawn. Phipps will call timeout. He'll take a practice swing here. Phipps and Strawn were teammates last year for the Laredo Lemurs, as Strawn went on to win the American Association Pitcher of the Month in July 2014. He also won Rookie of the Year while playing for the Lemurs. He posted a 2.45 ERA. First pitch, cutter in there for a called strike. That is Jeremy Strawn's pitch. He throws the cutter, he throws it often. And as teams get used to seeing it, they're able to hit it better. Last season, his first in the American Association, he had a 9-0 record and a 2.45 ERA. As Phipps laces this one to third, it's scooped up. Chavez with the throw over to second to get the out on the lead runner. And that will do it for the Lemurs. They do score a run on one hit, and they leave a man on. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Canaries lead this one 3-2.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
Welcome to Whataburger. Today we're cooking the sweet and spicy bacon burger.
Wow, it's beautiful.
2 beef patties, American cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, bacon, grilled onions, the sweet and spicy pepper sauce.
Sweet in the front and then the spicy in the back. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's like a perfect balance, and then that bacon right there, it adds crunchiness.
I'll get back in line and get another one, I'll tell you that much.
Sweet spicy bacon burger. Come down to Whataburger. It's only here for a limited time.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo,
and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
David Bergen leads things off for the Canaries. The heart of the order due up this inning. 3, 4, and 5. Bergen, Humphreys, and Repko to face Lemurs starter Matt Lucen. As the Canaries trying to add to a 3-2 lead. First pitch popped foul down the first base line. That'll get out of play. Will it stay in the stadium? It looks like the answer to that is no. Some fans making their way over to the concourse, anticipating the ricochet and perhaps a souvenir, but no such luck on that swing. 0-1 the count to Bergen. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. 0-1 pitch, swung on, hit back up the middle. That's through into center field as it gets on the ground. Nearly bounces off the second base bag. That, when I say it was hit back up the middle, it was hit right back up the middle. It's the second straight single for David Bergen. He singled in the third inning as well. And the Canaries right back in business. This is the third time this game they've gotten the leadoff man aboard, as they scored 2 runs last inning after the first 2 guys made outs. So often the recipe for success is get the leadoff man aboard, bunt him over, and then get one more hit. That's one way to do it. Lemurs also like to use the long ball. They hit the long ball pretty well, especially at Uni-Trade Stadium. Brian Humphreys hits this one foul over our heads down the third base line and out of play. Humphreys is one of the best hitters in the league right now. He's 1 for 2 today. He did knock in a run in the first inning. That was the first run of the game. He also grounded into a double play to end the third. He's hitting .333, but was named American Association Player of the Month for July. He had 16 multi-hit games. He looks at that one for a called strike on the inner half. Nice off-speed stuff there by Matt Lucen. The left-handed hitter Humphreys hits .367 against right-handed pitching and .261 against lefties. The right-handed pitcher Lucen is probably aware of this fact. Lemurs infield at double play depth. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to the left side. That's going to hook foul. Humphreys stays alive. The 25-year-old played his college ball at Pepperdine University and is a native of El Cajon, California. That's right near San Diego. So you'll be able to talk San Diego baseball with Ryan Ortiz, the Lemurs first baseman, should he reach base here. 0-2 pitch, misses low. Quite a few guys in this league from the San Diego area. A very fertile hotbed for baseball talent. It helps that you can play year-round. That really, really helps. A lot of guys in this league from California, Texas, and Florida, as well as some from Arizona and Georgia. 1-2 is the count. Lucen comes home with the pitch. Breaking ball, misses inside. That nearly hit Humphreys on the hip, but he was able to move his body out of the way. So the count 2-2. Runner on first and no outs. Top of the 5th inning. Canaries up 3-2. They look to complete the sweep of the Laredo Lemurs. They won 3-2 last night, 8-5 2 nights ago. That one 2 nights ago went 11 innings. Here's the fastball. It's in the dirt, and the count runs full to Brian Humphreys. He's put up a very impressive stat line on the season. Mentioned the .333 average, 92 total hits, 15 doubles, 11 homers, and now 41 runs batted in with his one earlier tonight. 3-2 the count as Lucen comes set from the stretch. Here's the delivery. It's swung on, hit in the air towards center field. Not far. That Morrison has to move as he ranges a little bit to his right and makes the catch. Retreating back to first base is Bergen, and Humphreys is retired. He's now 1 for 3 on the night, so that the .333 average is holding pretty steady. He flies out to center field. That's the thing about baseball is, and you say a really good hitter is hitting .333 on the season. That still means, assuming he doesn't walk or is hit by a pitch or sacrifice hits, all that other stuff, on balls put in play, essentially, he's making an out 1 out of every 3 times, or 2 out of every 3 times. It's a pretty high rate of failure. Swung on, grounded past the shortstop and into left field. Repko swings at the first pitch and gets a single. It is a special kind of mentality, though, to be a baseball player. A lot of humility. For kids growing up and taking a lot of classes, going to school, If you are taking a test and you get 2 out of every 3 answers wrong, Bill, you can appreciate this as a substitute teacher. That's not a very good student. A baseball player who gets a hit 1 out of every 3 times, that's a darn good baseball player. It's a very special mentality, one that I don't have. That's why my baseball career ended in Little League. Richard Stock at the plate. The lefty digs in with 2 runners on as the fastball misses high and inside. Now in Little League, it's still possible. The pitchers aren't as good. It's possible to walk a lot if you just don't swing the bat. If you're not very good, you can still feel good about yourself because you reach base a lot. This one swung on, popped foul over the backstop and out of play. As the level of competition increases, it gets harder to get a hit every other time you come to the plate. It's a tough adjustment for a lot of kids. Something that these guys probably didn't have to deal with as much. They were probably the best players in their little leagues. 1-1 pitch swung on. This will stay in the infield, except it hooks out of play. The wind really took that ball as it lands in the 3rd row of seats behind the Canaries dugout. Off the bat, I thought that one was staying in fair territory. It would have been playable by the 3rd baseman Silverio. 1-2 the count to Richard Stock. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 1 out, as the Lemurs remain at double play depth in the top of the 5th inning. Trying to turn 2, get back to the plate, and get rolling once again. They trail 3-2 in this ball game. Each team scored in the 1st. Canaries scored 2 in the 4th. The Lemurs responded with 1 in the bottom of the 4th. And that's where we stand right now. Lucen comes set. This will be pitch number 89 for him on the night. And comes home with it. Swung on, tapped foul into the backstop, and the count remains 1-2 to Richard Stock. Stock is a former Nebraska Cornhusker, 24 years old. Did play just 1 season at the University of Nebraska after transferring from Pierce College in Los Angeles. Played first base pretty much every day for the Nebraska Cornhuskers in 2012. Led the team in doubles and triples with 20 doubles and 3 triples in that 2012 campaign. And went on to play a couple seasons in the Cleveland Indians organization. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed as he was chasing one in the dirt. It's a strikeout swinging. The 4th K of the night for Matt Lucen. Stock will head back to the dugout. He's struck out twice now. To the plate comes the former major leaguer Angel Chavez. Chavez played in the majors in 2005 with the Giants and spent 2006 with the Phillies and Orioles organizations at the AAA and AA level. And before he'll get a chance to hit, Mike Meyer comes to the mound, and the whole infield will join him. They're going to figure out how to attack a very capable hitter in Angel Chavez, who's played over 1,400 career minor league games in 15 seasons and is averaging about a hit per game. 1,420 games and 1,416 hits coming into the 2015 regular season with the Sioux Falls Canaries. Last year, in 2014, he was with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in the Atlantic League. And that was his first year back stateside since 2011 when he was with the Bridgeport Bluefish, also in the Atlantic League. He spent 2012 and 2013 in the Mexican League. So he is well-traveled. He represented Panama in the 2009 World Baseball Classic, played 2009 with the Red Sox AAA affiliate in Pawtucket, and 2010 with the Durham Bulls, the Tampa Bay Rays affiliate. This guy has seen all manners of pitching. He's prepared. He stands in the back of the right-handed batter's box as we resume action. First pitch, fastball, low and inside, but called strike at the knees. Chavez throwing his head up in exasperation. Glances up to the sky. 0-1 the count. Lucen wants to get out of this jam. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there, called strike again, this time on the outer half. Chavez again not happy with the call, but the bat needs to come off his shoulders. You can protest strike zones all you want, but unless you're going to swing, you're just arguing. 0-2. Lucen glances over his shoulder and throws home. This one grounded towards first. Ortiz gathers, and he will step on first base himself. A pair of singles by the Canaries in this inning, but nothing else as they leave 2 men on. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-2 Sioux Falls. There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation. Hey Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at LaredoLemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
Got to watch a new promotion here at Uni-Trade Stadium, right in front of the Lemurs dugout, the Frisbee toss into the butterfly net. I like that one. We had a variation last homestand where they had to throw the Frisbee through a hula hoop. I like this one better, though. Something about butterfly nets and baseball games I just like. They just go together. Ty Morrison will lead off for the Lemurs in the bottom of the 5th. It's 2, 3, and 4 to up this inning for the Lemurs. Morrison, Silverio, and Taylor against Jeremy Strawn. Showing bunt, pulling back, and taking in the dirt for ball 1 is Morrison. And we were talking about it. It's 2 kids throwing Frisbees, and there's another kid, and then also the Pancho Lemur mascot who hold the butterfly nets trying to catch the Frisbees, and whichever team catches more presumably wins a prize. 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike at the knees. And what advantage it is to not have to be wearing a mascot costume and trying to catch Frisbees with a butterfly net, to just not have an obstructed view. 1-1 pitch on the way. In there again for a called strike. The cutter right there at the knees by Jeremy Strawn. Strawn is making his 14th start of the season for the Canaries. Righties hit .261 against him. Lefties hit .307. The lefty Morrison looks at an 0-2 pitch, swings and misses, and he goes down swinging. It's the 4th strikeout of the night by Strawn. It's the 2nd time he's gotten Morrison. So Ty Morrison moved out of that leadoff spot for the Lemurs tonight. And right now he's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. He did walk and come around to score in the 1st inning. I'm sure he will be excited when Jeremy Strawn is ultimately replaced by a relief pitcher by the Canaries. This has not been Morrison's best night. Silverio comes to the plate with 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning, base is empty. Here's the pitch. Silverio shows bunt, bloops it, and it's going to get foul. That was a kind of a surprise drag bunt attempt there by Juan Silverio. And it's maybe not his strongest skill, and a nice opportunity to work on it is had the infield caught completely off guard, but wasn't able to keep it fair. Silverio is a .267 hitter. Joined the Lemurs on June 2nd, went 4 for 5, and knocked in 3 runs on his team debut. He's cooled off since then. It's pretty hard to keep that pace up. Silverio hasn't been able to do so, but boy, we were impressed by that first game. 0-1 pitch, swung on, goes opposite field. It's dropping quickly towards shallow right center field, but making the catch is the second baseman Balkin. As the wind again took that one, knocked it down. Balkin was able to make the catch on the lip of the outfield grass for a second out. Silverio goes F4 on that one. Kevin Taylor comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. The Lemurs going to try to start a little 2-out rally. That's what the Canaries had in that 4th inning when they scored 2 runs. Lemurs trail 3-2. First pitch to Taylor. Fastball inside. 89 miles an hour there by Strawn. He throws a cutter and not much else, but that looked like a fastball. On the windup, here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. It bounces all the way to the backstop. It gets away, but with the bases empty, it doesn't really matter much. 2-0 now to Kevin Taylor. Taylor's been a good hitter this season for the Lemurs. .303 average in 65 games. He's been with the team since the start. And he's moved around quite a bit. Started the season as a catcher, played some left field, now playing second base. Swings, hits this one well towards left center field. It's going back, it's looking up, and it's gone! That one gets into the picnic area over left field, and we have a tie ball game. Chris Grayson broke on that ball like he was going to make the catch at the warning track, and it just kept hanging up there, and it got out. Another look at the replay. Opposite field power by Kevin Taylor, and that just barely gets out of this yard. 325 down the left field line. That one didn't clear the fence by much. Kevin Taylor will take it. A 2-out solo home run by Kevin Taylor. We've got a brand new baseball game on our hands at the Uni-Trade Stadium tonight. 3-3 in the bottom of the fifth. 2 outs. Brian Peterson to the plate. For Taylor, it's his 4th home run of the season and his 29th run batted in. First pitch, misses low. Peterson digs into the right-handed batter's box. Lemurs catcher's hitting .287 on the year. And Strawn will work quickly. Here's the 1-0. Fastball in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Base is empty. And the Lemurs rolling right now. They're feeling pretty good after that home run by Kevin Taylor. It's a 3-3 ball game. Strawn will wind and throw. Off-speed stuff there. Catches the inside corner for strike 2. Jeremy Strawn has a 1-5 record and a 3.83 ERA as the visiting pitcher, and opponents hit .247 against him when they're in their home ballparks. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. An off-speed pitch fooled Brian Peterson. He goes downswing. It's the 2nd time Peterson struck out in the game. 5th strikeout on the night for Strawn. We're through 5 at Uni-Trade Stadium. The Lemurs just tied the game on a Kevin Taylor home run. We'll go to the top of the 6th. It's 3-3.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people. Epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, break dancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost-brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas, as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today. Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you. Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo. Hey, fam.
Cody Bishop will lead off the Canaries half of the 6th inning. He'll be followed by R.J. Peruki, and then the lineup will turn over, and Chris Grayson will come to the plate. Cody Bishop's the center fielder tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored that came back in the 4th inning. Looks at the first pitch there. It's low for ball 1. That was pitch number 94 by Matt Lucen in this ball game. He'll wind and throw. He's working quickly as the fastball misses high and inside. And it's now 2-0 to Bishop. Bishop's in his 6th game in a Canaries uniform. He has 7 hits. And came into the game with a .353 average. He started the season with the Florence Freedom, where he hit .225. 2-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. Fastball there by Lucen. Measures 85 miles an hour on the radar gun at Uni-Trade Stadium. He likes his sign. He winds and throws. And this fastball again at the knees, this time on the inner half, and again strike 2. So a 26-year-old Matt Lucen, a right-handed pitcher against the lefty hitter Cody Bishop, a pair of young guys. Bishop's just 24. And a newcomer to this league. 2-2 pitch, swung on, lofted foul, and out of play over the third base bag and out of the stadium. The wind really blowing here from right to left at Uni-Trade Stadium. We saw it really help Kevin Taylor. It's really the first time we've seen the wind help a left-handed hitter, and he had to go opposite field with it. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball. Did he go? He did not. That was pretty close. It looked like it was pretty close to the strike zone to begin with. Home plate umpire ruling it was just low, and then the appeal down to third, saying Cody Bishop did not go around. So the count now full. From the windup, here's the payoff pitch, and that one misses high, and it's a well-deserved walk there by Cody Bishop as he had to fight to stay alive, fouled off a pitch. Count went full, and he's able to earn the walk. So he's on for the second time tonight. R.J. Peruki comes to the plate. The Lemurs infield will shift to double play depth against the number 9 hitter, R.J. Peruki. Peruki's out of the University of Texas at San Antonio, the UTSA Roadrunners. He played all 4 years there, 2011 to 2014. Runner goes, and that one swung on and looked like that was bunted foul and into the screen. We'll keep an eye on Cody Bishop over there on first base. He got a pretty good jump there. Doesn't have any stolen bases yet this season with the Canaries in his first 5 games. Did swipe 7 bags in 47 games with the Florence Freedom to start this season. And last year with the Gary South Shore Railcats had 5 stolen bases in 52 games. Lucen, set, and the throw. This one's low and outside. And a nice block there by Peterson behind home plate. 1-1 now the count to R.J. Peruki. 3-3 is the score, top of the 6th inning. As the Lemurs and Canaries wrap up their 3-game set. Canaries took the first 2 fairly convincingly. 1-1 pitch, swung on, grounded to third base. Silverio goes to second for 1. The throw over to first in plenty of time. It's a 5-4-3 double play. That's just how you draw it up. That was textbook. A pretty slow roller that Silverio was able to charge and get to. The throw to the second baseman, Taylor. Bishop wasn't running from first, wasn't able to break up that play with a hard slide. And then the throw to first in plenty of time. Hard and on a line by Kevin Taylor. Lineup turns over here for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Chris Grayson to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Doubled to lead off the game and came around to score in that first inning. Each team scored in the first. Canaries scored 2 in the top of the 4th. Lemurs responded with 1 in the bottom of that frame and then got 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the first pitch to Grayson. He swings through it and misses. That was pitch number 104 on the night for Matt Lucen. He's trying to get out of the 6th inning and hold this score where it is, 3-3. He will wind and throw. Here's the 0-1. It's swung on, hit in the air towards right field. That's going to get down, and it's scooped up by Phipps in right field as it got past Taylor. The shift was on there, as the Lemurs were aware of the fact that Grayson, the lefty, was going to try to pull that ball as Taylor was playing on the outfield grass. He still couldn't get to it. He was hit that hard. So a 2-out single by Chris Grayson, and he becomes the only base runner. Brett Balkin now to the plate. Canaries were able to do some damage in the 4th with 2 outs, as they got 3 straight singles and then scored 2 on an error by the first baseman Ryan Ortiz. It's one of 2 errors the Lemurs have committed tonight. First pitch to Balkin. He swings and hits it foul as it curves down the first base line and into the seats. Look out there, fans. And youngsters hanging out by the picnic table up over the right field side. They were paying attention, though. They moved out of the way, let that ball bounce, and then fought for it. And they can tell their friends the same thing. Made that joke earlier, I'll make it again. I caught this ball in the air. Weren't you paying attention? Show it to their friends tomorrow. Swung on, grounded towards second base. Taylor will scoop and throw to first, and out by a step and a half is Balkin. So a 2-out single by Chris Grayson doesn't result in anything for the Sioux Falls Canaries. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. We're still tied up at 3. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Delmar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, where you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
Right
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
Breakfast speaks for itself here at Whataburger. It's going to be hot, it's going to be fresh. It's almost like when you were a kid and you wake up in the morning, you can smell mom cooking breakfast.
I like their hash browns.
My favorite is the honey butter chicken biscuit. I like the taquitos. We have some fresh cracked eggs here.
I like these pancakes because they're fluffy.
I really like the fact that you can get into Whataburger real fast and bring it on the go. We're cooking breakfast for you at Whataburger.
Back here at Uni-Trade Stadium as the Lemurs are tied up with the Sioux Falls Canaries in this one. 3-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Elder will lead things off. He'll be followed by Devontre Richardson and Brian Ortiz. That's 6, 7, and 8 in the Lemurs batting order tonight. There were some moves around the Lemurs batting order compared to what they've been using the last couple games, but when you're on a 4-game losing streak like the Lemurs are, some changes are probably necessary, probably not a bad idea. Number 24, Chris Elder, will get things started. Elder walked and came around to score in that 4th inning. Grounded out in the 1st inning, so he's 0 for 1. The lefty digs in to face the right-handed pitcher Strawn, and he looks at a first pitch at the knees for a called strike. So a little bit of a delay there as Strawn shakes himself out, gets a little bit stretched out. He's at only 74 pitches right now. He's been very efficient. This one swung on, popped up. This will stay in the infield. Over the third base bag. Who's going to get it? And making the catch is the shortstop, Pareda. Excuse me, that's Peruki who makes the catch. And it actually was on the outfield grass by about a half a step. So I was wrong on that front. The wind really does some pretty incredible things with poppets when they get high enough. The Elder flies out. Again, that's been a problem for the Lemurs, not working pitch counts deep enough. Richardson looks at a first pitch fastball at the knees for a called strike. Strawn right now is at 76 pitches through 5 1/3 innings. Now the Lemurs starter Matt Lucen took 107 pitches to get through 6. Another fastball, a little bit of cut action as it breaks low and out of the strike zone for ball 1. Richardson at the plate. He's 1 for 2 so far today, hitting .333 on the season. And he really likes playing at home. .352 batting average at Uni-Trade Stadium. Righty-righty matchup is Strawn, winds and throws. Breaking ball, it's fought off and hit foul. Opposite field and bouncing into the second row seats over the Lemurs dugout and then bouncing back into the Lemurs dugout. No Lemurs fan was able to chase that ball down, call it a souvenir, and bring it home. Of course, they will beg into the Lemurs dugout. Here, throw it back up, throw it back out. If the Lemurs can use that baseball again, why would they do that? 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit back up the middle. Nice stab back on the mound by Strawn. He'll underhand flip to first. And Richardson is retired for the second out of the inning. 1-3 on the ground out is Richardson. Just like that, 2 outs. Ryan Ortiz comes to the plate for the Lemurs. Former Oregon State Beaver by way of San Diego, California. We talked to him before the game. He was on that Oregon State team that won a national championship in 2007, although he was just a freshman. Had just a handful of appearances and at-bats. But he can say, as a catcher, no one was able to steal a base against him. It's because no one tried when he was catching for the Beavers team that year. But that can be his claim to fame, if nothing else. Looks at a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Of course, the bigger claim to fame would be winning a national championship in NCAA Division I baseball. Swings, hits this one in the air to right field. This is hooking towards the foul line as the second baseman, Balkin, makes the run for it. He makes the catch in foul territory. Lemurs go quietly 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 6th. We're through 6 full at Uni-Trade Stadium. Tied up 3-3. Top of the 7th coming up next.
I want to keep it here real quick, Cameron. This is Cameron's last broadcast with the Laredo Lemurs, and we want to bid him a fond farewell before he takes off. He's going to be working for college in North Carolina, and we wish him the best of luck. And Cameron, thank you so much for helping me out this season. It was a great pleasure to be able to work with you, young man. I wish you the best of luck. We will have Neil Dwyer coming up next. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball. Good luck to Cameron Songer.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course, quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
Since Accepting Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technology.
Todos sabemos que podemos lograr más cuando estamos listos. Por eso, decidí matricularme en Texas A&M International University. Quiero un título universitario y las oportunidades que me brindarán. TAMU me ha recibido a mí y a 7,000 estudiantes de todo el mundo. TAMU incluso ser grande, enciende mi mente y hace mi corazón latir. Imagina las posibilidades cuando eres impulsado por TAMU.
Inscríbete ahora para verano y otoño. Visita tamu.edu y sé impulsado. Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Cairo Norte, Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation. Servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas, Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transports to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS.
All right, back on the broadcast as we head to the top of the 7th inning. We're going to introduce Neil Dwyer. He's going to take through the 7th inning tonight, and then I'll be back on for the 8th and 9th. Here's Neil.
Thank you, Bill. My debut inning in the desert. B.J. Hyde on the bump for Laredo. Effective this season, certainly this summer, 2-0 with a .96 ERA. Heart of the order drew up for Sioux Falls, David Bergen, Brian Humphreys, and Jason Repko. So Bergen leading it off 2 for 3 with 2 singles, struck out swinging in the first. Hyatt stares down the pike. And the first pitch on the way to him in the dirt ball 1. But again, struck out in the first 2 consecutive singles, but got erased on the line-out double play in the 3rd inning. Hyatt stares down the plate again. 1-0 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. On a low outside curveball, evens up the count at 1. Three tie, ball game, and in the 7th inning at Uni-Trade Stadium. Sioux Falls with 3 runs on 10 hits, at 3, 5, and 2 runs, hits, errors for Laredo. 1-1 pitch on the way from Hyatt. That one's low again. Ball 2. 3 consecutive low balls, just 1 ball swung and missed at by Bergen in this at bat. Brian Humphreys, again, the American Association Player of the Month last month, on deck. Wind blowing in just a little bit. 2-1 on the way. Down the pike, strike 2. 91 on the gun. Good fastball by Hyatt. And then once again, we even up the count at 2. A tie ball game, 3-3. Crowd getting into it. Laredo trying to avoid that sweep by Sioux Falls. 11 games under 500. Laredo in the thick of 2 different races as Hyatt steps off the rubber. They're in the thick of it in the South Division and, of course, just a few games back in the wild card. And Laredo also trying to get some good momentum on their hands as they travel on the road. 6-game road trip within the state of Texas. 3 in Amarillo and 3 in Grand Prairie. Here comes the 2-2. There's a line shot to third, 1 hopper. Bobbled by the third baseman. Long throw over to first. Ortiz, nice scoop. A good recovery by the third baseman, Silverio, for the first out of the 7th. There comes Brian Humphreys, number 21. 1 for 3 tonight. Led off with a single in the first inning, an RBI single that scored the Chris Grayson leadoff double. Popped up to short in the 4th. Rather lined out to second, which started that double play in the 3rd, and then flew out to center in the 5th. Humphreys, the right-hander, batting .333, 333, 11 home runs on the summer. Pitch on the right, just outside 1-0. Hyatt last time out was on Sunday night. Pitched an inning and a 3rd, gave up a run. That was earned. And a hit and a walk. No strikeouts. In the 8-5-11 inning loss to the Canaries. 1-0 on the way. Foul back toward us. And over the stadium roof out of play. Evens up the count at 1-1. Final line on Matt Lucen. A very gritty 6 innings as he plateaued the 100 pitch mark. 4 strikeouts, a walk, 10 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of those earned. 1-1 on the way to Humphreys. That pitch low and inside. 2-1. So 2 pretty effective starting pitching outings the last 2 nights. Henry Garcia with 8 innings. And then as we said, Matt Lucen, the word to describe him is definitely gritty. 4 for every strikeout and every effective pitch. 2-1 on the way to Humphrey. Swing and a miss. And now the count evens up once again. 2-2. Second consecutive 2-2 count of the inning from B.J. Hyatt. B.J. Hyatt, 6'4", 220 pounds. 26-year-old out of Malden, South Carolina. And now Humphreys now looking at a 2-2 pitch from Hyatt on the way. Pitch just a bit high, and that makes the count full 3-2. Hyatt drafted by the Astros in the 4th round of the 2009 draft at the University of South Carolina. In Sumter, spent a short time at the Astros rookie affiliate in Greenville, Tennessee. But after labrum surgery, he was released. Pitch on the way, a little number foul toward the Sioux Falls dugout. Humphreys staying alive, 3-2. And after that injury in 2009, didn't play baseball again for 4 seasons. So the fact that he's had such an effective summer is certainly a testament to his fortitude. There's now a timeout called on the mound. Going to get a new baseball from the umpire. Once again, your defense for Laredo: Chris Elder, Ty Morrison, and Dennis Phipps, left to right. In the outfield, Juan Silverio, Joey Valdez, the shortstop, Kevin Taylor, and Ryan Ortiz, the infield, third to first, and Brian Peterson behind the plate. J.U.D. Valdez. 3-2 from Hyatt. There's a fly ball down the left field line, hooking foul. Way foul in that concourse area by the playground. And Humphrey is definitely working this count. In this series, Brian Humphreys, 1 for 6 on Sunday night. Pitch on the way. Foul back toward us again and over the roof. 1 for 6 on Sunday night in the 8-5 win, and 1 for 4 And then with these at bat tonight, he's 1 for 3 tonight. So currently 3 for 13 in this series against Laredo. But the El Cajon native definitely in a good battle with B.J. Hyatt right now. 3-3 ball game in the 7th, 1 out. Pitch on the way to Humphreys. There's a line shot again, foul. So 3 consecutive foul balls from B.J. Hyatt to Brian Humphreys. You could feel the drama building. You could cut the tension with a knife, all the cliches you could use at a ball game. The fans certainly letting Brian Humphreys hear it. You keep hearing calls of Brian. Anything to gain a competitive advantage. 3-2 again. Just low and a well-earned walk by Brian Humphreys. The fans certainly letting Brian Humphreys hear it. Just for doing his job, just for fouling off the right pitches, taking the other right ones, and earning that walk. So go-ahead run on base. Here comes Jason Repko. 2 for 3, 2 singles, and a popped up to the shortstop Valdez. Brian Humphreys with a 1-out walk. Certainly one of the emotional leaders in that Sioux Falls clubhouse, having been a former major leaguer. First pitch to him. There's a strike down the middle. 0-1. Humphreys taking a couple steps off first. 3-3 ball game in the 2nd. Laredo doing a very good job tonight of responding every time Sioux Falls scored. Humphreys a couple steps off. There he goes. Pitch down low, and they'll just let him take second. Brian Peterson has to eat that one behind the plate. And a stolen base for Brian Humphreys. So go-ahead run in scoring position now for Sioux Falls. And an even count, 1-1. Ones across the board. 1-1. In college, we learned the term sticks across the board. 1-1. Again, the score 3-3. 3-3. 3-10-0 for Sioux Falls. 3-5-2 for Laredo. But even though they have the errors on the board, Laredo not letting that get to them as Hyatt steps off the rubber. Certainly a different tale from Sunday night with 6 errors on the board. Manager Pete Incaviglia really kind of had to fire them up in a team meeting saying, listen, you guys got to go out and forget about those errors and play real ball. 1-1 on the way. Swing and a ball that gets away from Peterson as Humphreys takes third. So you get the strike, but Humphreys advancing another 90 feet on the base pads. 1-2. Fans kind of letting Brian Humphreys hear it at third as he kind of stepped off the bag momentarily. Again, anything to gain that competitive advantage. Infield now playing in. Repko levels the bat a few times. On deck, Richard Stork. And Hyatt ahead, 1-2. Wines kicks and fires. Pitch on the way. High and outside. Evens up the count at 2-2. Good fastball from Hyatt, just cresting the 90 mile an hour range, 90-91. Typical of what you'd see in independent ball. Runner third is Brian Humphreys. He walked, stole second, and then got to third on that wild pitch. Two on the way. Swinging a just foul. Got a piece of it. Back to the backstop. Repko staying alive, 2-2. A beautiful clear night here at Uni-Trade Stadium. As we said in the beginning of the game, just a few clouds, but temperature dipping into the low 90s. Certainly a rare sign this time of year in the desert. And fielded in, of course. 3-3 ball game in the 7th. 1 down. Pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. Frozen. Right down the middle. Repko has a couple words to say to the umpire. But he'll just step back to the dugout. And now Hyatt, an out away from getting out of the jam. Infield back to normal depth. And the batter will be Richard Stork, the catcher.
Stop.
3-3 ball game, top of the 7th. 2 down. Brian Humphreys at third. Infield playing at normal depth. Pitch on the way. Swinging a one-hopper back to the Lemur dugout. Bounces against that catch fence. 0-1. Second baseman Kevin Taylor actually playing a few steps into the outfield grass. A little bit of short right. First and third playing at normal depth, but maybe a little bit of a shift on against the left-hander, Richard Stork. Pitch on the way. Just outside. 88 mile an hour on the gun fastball. Evens up the count 1-1. As I was saying before, Laredo's done a great job responding to trouble in the ball game. They tied the ball game up in the bottom of the first after Sioux Falls scored a run. Sioux Falls scored 2 more runs in the fourth, and Laredo responded with a run. 1-1 on the way, swinging a foul back toward us. And Ohio had a strike away from getting out of the jam, 1-2. And then, of course, the Kevin Taylor home run tying up the ball game in the bottom of the 5th. 3 apiece. Laredo looking to avoid that sweep at the hands of Sioux Falls. And Sioux Falls, of course, looking to play spoiler to their foe. Hyatt stares down Peterson. 1-2 on the way. Swing and miss in the dirty, whiffed it. Throw down to first in time. Catcher, former and now first baseman Ryan Ortiz. And the inning's over. So Hyatt gets out of the gym. Get up and stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tied at 3. Keep it locked.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
This summer, Allegiant will increase to 4 weekly flights to Las Vegas, Nevada. If gambling in Vegas isn't your thing, Allegiant is also increasing to 2 weekly flights to Orlando. Enjoy the Disney theme parks, Legoland, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and the Kennedy Space Center. Flying comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials. Looking to travel this summer? If the year-round flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for you, take advantage of Allegiant's direct flights from Laredo International Airport to Orlando. For as low as $119 round trip, you and your family can be in Orlando in 2.5 hours. Flying comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials.
Back in the desert, bottom of the 7th in a 3-3 ball game. A tight one as Laredo looking once again to avoid the sweep by Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls winning 8-5 in 11 innings on Sunday night, and 3-2 in a close one last night right here at Uni-Trade Stadium. 9-1-2 due up for the Lemurs this inning. J.U.D. Valdez, the shortstop. Dennis Phipps, the right fielder, and Ty Morrison in center. Jeremy Strong still on the mound. Pitch on the way down the pike, strike 1. His 81st pitch of the night. Very economic by the former Lemur, Jeremy Strong. On the way. Swinging a one-hopper to third baseman. Over to first. Nice scoop there. 5-3. 1 down in the bottom of the frame. The Chavez to Bergen connection works right there, and we go right back to the top of the order. Dennis Phipps stepping up to the plate. Phipps tonight 0 for 2. Flew to right his first time out. Struck out looking in the second, then reached on a fielder's choice on what would be that 5-4 force out in the 4th inning. Phipps 3:32 on the earth. Pitch on the way, down the pike again. Good first pitch strike from Jeremy Strawn. Second consecutive batter. He's been ahead of that 0-1 count too. 0-1 on the way to Phipps. Fouled right back to the screen. 0-1. Niels Wire, Bill Harrington, and Cameron Songer with you on a beautiful Tuesday night from Uni-Trade Stadium right here in Laredo. Sioux Falls infield, right at normal depth. Middle of the infield, just cresting the division between dirt and grass. 1-1 on the way to Phipps, fouled back again. So just missing the timing, you know, Bill, as when batters hit that one straight back, just missing the timing, not too early, not too late. So Phipps could be due for a big hit.
Yeah, it might be coming. He is definitely due for a big hit there, Neil.
So now the 1-2 from Strawn in the dirt. Good eye by Phipps to take that one. Didn't fall for the bait, evens up the count 2-2. Strawn a fast worker, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Thought he maybe fouled that one off, but it's a strikeout, 1 down, 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. And now the batter will be Ty Morrison. Ty Morrison certainly not like himself tonight against Jeremy Strawn. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, walked and scored in the first. So another batter that could be due for a big hit. Definitely a renovation of the lineup tonight by Pete Incaviglia. First pitch, he squares the bunt, it rolls down the first base line. They're going to let it roll, and it trickles fair. It stays fair on an unbelievable roll on the 2-out bunt by Ty Morrison. The gamble worked, and now the go-ahead runs on to the bottom of the 7th.
I love that button right there, Neil. The ball was heading towards foul territory. It hit the chalk and rolled back in just by a couple of inches. It just barely hit that chalk, and it stayed in fair territory, and the Lemurs get a base hit out of it.
Now, if only I could get my putts on the green to do that. I'd just get toward the hole.
Yeah, that takes a lot of work.
Juan Silverio now the batter. 1 on, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. 3-3 ball game. The bunt from heaven by Ty Morrison. First pitch on the way, swinging a drive in the left field, down the line, coming in, he dives and he makes the catch. They're going to say that Chris Grayson made the sliding catch right on his rear end in left field. An unbelievable Gold Glove play to end the 7th inning. Well, my debut inning is finished. Right back to Bill Harrington in the top of the 8th. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs. Keep it locked.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
3, 2, 1. Number 1. That's Laredo's #1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off. Not good enough, but 25% off. Now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles available, makes it the best pricing ever. 2015 Equinox, 2015 Traverse. Not 15, but 25% off. And the best financing rates for the best month ever. 1.9 interest. Family Chevrolet of Laredo.com. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Family Chevrolet is the #1 volume Chevy dealer for a reason. Every customer rides during our spring cleaning closeout sale with massive price gifts on 600 Chevys. New 2015 Chevy Cruze. How about 25% off MSRP? Wow, that's huge. Or only $199 a month. New 2015 Malibu for only $269 a month. Or 25% off MSRP plus 2 years free maintenance and a 100,000-mile warranty. It's a spring cleaning closeout sale happening now at the #1 volume Chevy dealer. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet.
Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Catholic College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking,
and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800. Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Kaplan College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800.
Kaplan College does not guarantee employment or career advancement. Information about programs at www.kaplancollege.com/consumer-info.
Back to action here as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Coming up to the plate, Angel Chavez is going to lead things off for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Kevin Taylor out there at second base for the Laredo Lemurs. And the new pitcher up on the mound, Ryan Beckman, taking over on the hill for Laredo. So Beckman's going to face off against Chavez, Bishop, and Peruki. And Beckman, of course, works with the sidearm pitch and the delivery. That one is in there for a strike. That one cuts the outside part of the plate. So no balls and 1 strike. Ryan Beckman starting the day with a record of 3 wins and 1 loss, a 1.50 ERA through 33 games. He last pitched against the Sioux Falls Canaries in yesterday's ball game. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That one is on the inside corner for a strike. So quickly, Ryan Beckman ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. We got a tie score here. We're all knotted up at 3 apiece. 10 hits tonight for the Canaries, 5 hits for the Laredo Lemurs. The Lemurs have made 2 errors this evening, and those errors did come into play on the scoreboard. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swan and a ground ball over to the right side. Taylor ranging for it. He goes into a knee slide in the short grass and right. He'll throw over to first base. It's in time to get the out. Nice play there by Kevin Taylor, ranging to his left, going down into the knee slide, and then doing a little 360 action to get up and throw over to first base. Cody Bishop is the next batter. Cody Bishop with a single back in the 4th inning. He came in to score a run back then. So both Cody Bishop and Angel Chavez scored a run when Chris Grayson reached on an error by the first baseman. Here's the pitch, swung a ground ball into left field. That'll be a base hit right by the shortstop, Jeudy Valdez. Ball was hit way too hard for Jeudy to have a chance. So a base hit by Cody Bishop, and there's 1 out. And R.J. Peruki coming up to the plate. Let's go ahead and get you the American Association scoreboard. Not too many scores to go over tonight, and there's 1 rain delay going on. Actually, I believe they just went ahead and suspended the game completely. We'll get another update, though, as the Wichita Wingnuts, they're winning their game in the bottom of the 8th inning over the Ottawa Champions. It's a 5-4 game in that one. And the game that has been delayed due to rain, or actually suspended officially, as the throw goes over to first base and back in safely, is Cody Bishop. But yeah, the game between Gary and Joplin has been officially suspended, but that's the last game of the series. Luckily for those 2 clubs, Joplin has to go up to Gary still, so they'll finish off the game up there. Here's the pitch. Swung on a ground ball over to the right side. Taylor again to his left. He gloves that one pretty easily. He'll throw over to first base. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. On the play, Cody Bishop moves up to 2nd. And another 4-3 put out, and there's 2 down. And Chris Grayson coming up to the plate. Well, Grayson has reached on a double. He scored a run back in the 1st. Reached on that error that drove in 2 runs. He doesn't get any RBIs, but nonetheless, he's the guy to put the ball in play. And Grayson also got a single back in the 6th inning, so he's got 2 hits. He's officially 2 for 4. Brett Balkin is on deck. So Wichita's up 5-4 over Ottawa. Gary's up 2-0 over Joplin, but that game is suspended due to rain. We're all tied up at 3 apiece here in the top of the 8th inning. Lemurs need to get a win tonight. They do not want to lose 5 in a row. Here's the pitch. A changeup hits the outside corner. So Cody Bishop at second base with 2 down. So Ryan Beckman trying to work himself out of the trouble. Beckman has been stellar all season long for the Laredo Lemurs. A 3-1 record, a 1.50 ERA through 33 games. Beckman works out of the stretch. And he delivers home. Swan and foul back. So no balls and 2 strikes. Chris Grayson working from the top of the order. He is the leadoff man tonight. He was the leadoff man last night for the Sioux Falls Canaries. No balls and 2 strikes to Grayson, a left-handed batter for Sioux Falls. Beckman looking into Peterson, gets the sign. He'll bring his hands together, shake his mitt out a little bit, and he'll come set. The 0-2 swung on, and that one's tapped foul again. Well, the Canaries got on the board. They started things off on a good note for themselves. They scored a run in the top of the first, a double by Chris Grayson, and he was later driven in by Brian Humphreys. A visit to the mound by Lemurs catcher Brian Peterson. Then the Lemurs came right back in the bottom of the first inning. They tied up the ball game. Ty Morrison with a walk, and then Juan Silverio with a single. Kevin Taylor then earned a walk, and that loaded the bases for Laredo. And then Brian Peterson hit a sac fly out to center field. And Ty Morrison was able to come in to score the run, so that knotted up the game at 1 apiece. Then the Sioux Falls Canaries retook the lead in the top of the fourth inning. I already told you about those 2 runs coming in to score with 2 outs. Both Chavez and Bishop scored when Grayson reached on an error by the first baseman. No balls and 2 strikes. A long hold, and now the pitch. That one is swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Heading over to first base is Grayson, but Peterson with the strong arm will throw him out over at first base, and that'll do it for the Canaries here in the top of the 8th. No runs ahead, no errors, and 1 left. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. We're all tied up at 3 apiece.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Water Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. Sweet and savory, it's a perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Water Chicken Club. Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Crowd at the bar making you sweat?
Uh-huh.
Could you use some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in epic nights, maximum refreshment, great times, awesome memories, high fives, smiles, Rocky Mountain refreshment, Blue Mountain refreshment, quadruple epic refreshment, killer parties, and totally refreshed killer parties. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
All right, the Lemurs coming up to the plate, and Jeremy Strawn staying in the ball game, so he's going to try to do some work here in the 8th inning against the Laredo Lemurs. Kevin Taylor's going to lead it off. Taylor having a day. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. He's got a single and a solo home run. And he actually tied up the game at 3 apiece with that solo homer. So he's stepping into the batter's box, and Jeremy Strawn back up on the hill again. He's trying to work deep into this ball game. Here's the pitch. Taylor takes inside, a fastball to get things going from Strawn. The longest outing this year for Jeremy Strawn has been 7 1/3. He's done that twice. Here's the 1-0. That one is in and out of the mid of the catcher. And so Jeremy Strawn, a former Lemur, working deep into this ball game. He's got 2 wins this year. One came back on May 28th against Quebec, an interleague matchup with Sioux Falls, the 2-0. A strike on the outside corner just above the belt. And then he picked another one up against the St. Paul Saints. That's not easy to do. And he pitched 6 innings that day, gave up only 2 runs, the 2-1. High for a ball, might have been outside as well. Ever since then, he's been in one heck of a slump. He's got a couple of no decisions mixed in, but overall, 8 losses in that time, going back to June 12th when it first started. The 3-1 pitch is outside. That'll be ball 4. So Kevin Taylor's on base for the 4th time tonight. A couple of walks, a hit, and a home run. That hit was a single. Brian Peterson now the batter for the Lemurs. He has a sac fly that drove in a run and a couple of strikeouts. One looking, one swinging. I just like to let the song go. Such a great song. So Brian Peterson into the batter's box, looking for a big hit here for the Laredo Lemurs. We're knotted up at 3 apiece in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jeremy Strawn working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Bunted pretty hard. It's going to go with the second baseman, Balkin. Balkin's going to underhand toss over to the first baseman covering, and that'll take care of Brian Peterson. But it is a sacrifice, and that moves Kevin Taylor up to second base. And a nice play there by Brian Peterson. At first, I thought he was punting for a base hit as hard as that ball was bunted towards the second baseman. And if Brian Peterson was completely healthy with his hamstring, he may have been able to beat that one out, but you can see he was running pretty slowly up the first baseline. He is dealing with a hamstring injury, but trying to tough it out, trying to play through it. Not easy to do, of course. Now a visit to the mound. So now Jeremy Strawn has reached his longest outing of the season, or he's matched it, I should say. He's gone 7 1/3 here tonight. Now the home plate umpire coming up there and breaking things up. And now the manager is going to come out of the dugout for Sioux Falls, and looks like we might have a pitching change here. Yep, indeed we are. He's going to go with the lefty, it looks like, as Chris Elder's coming up to the plate. All knotted up at 3 apiece as Jeremy Strawn pitches well here in his visit back to Laredo, Texas. So a 3-3 tie. We'll take a break, come back and tell you who the new pitcher is. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has Laredo's largest water slides. We are proud to say that we serve the greater Laredo area and supply slip sliding fun for kids of all ages. Texas Inflatable Rentals has a huge selection of inflatables for every budget. And to add to the party, we rent tables, chairs, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, and cotton candy machines that will help take your party to the next level. We also have moonwalks and bounce houses. Contact Texas Inflatable Rentals at 956-436-3909 or at texasinflatablerentals.com and book with the coupon code LEMURS for a 10% discount. That's Texas Inflatable Rentals, Laredo's largest water slide.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping you're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, so Chris Elder coming up to the plate. Josh Farrell into the ball game for the Canaries, so he'll be up on the mound. He pitched in yesterday's game against the Lemurs, threw a third of an inning and gave up 2 runs to Laredo. He has an 0-1 record and a 4.33 ERA. So it's going to be a lefty-lefty matchup for the Laredo Lemurs and the Sioux Falls Canaries. We're all tied at 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Runner at second base for the Lemurs. The pitch bunted at, kind of with a swipe bunt there by Elder. And he fouls the ball off. Devontre Richardson is on deck. Big situation here for Laredo, trying to get a run in. They're tied up at 3 apiece, and the go-ahead run's at second base. So Elder needs to come up with a big base hit. There's 1 out. And the pitch by Farrell. A strike on the outside corner, a fastball at the belt. Elder steps out of the batter's box, shaking his head no. He did not like the call. So he waves the bat over the plate a couple of times. He's got a little sway in his bat, and the pitch swung on and fouled away. There it goes, a foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes. 11 hits tonight for the Canaries, 5 hits for the Laredo Lemurs. So the Canaries have definitely out-hit the Lemurs. The Lemurs have played some good defense And you got to tip your cap to Matt Lucen. He did a good job tonight for the Lemurs. The 0-2, a low and outside. In fact, Lucen only gave up one earned run. The first run that scored in the game. The other 2 runs in the 4th inning were unearned. They both scored on an error. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the lefty gets the sign, and now timeout's called. And everybody will restart again. Wind's blowing towards the left field stands here at the ballpark. And a couple of fans trying to root on the Lemurs. Let's see if it catches on. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. A check swing by Elder. They'll check and see if he went around. He did not. So Elder going to have another chance here. Elder on the day. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He scored a run back in the 4th for the Laredo Lemurs. The 2-2. Swung in a liner into left field. That'll be a base hit. Coming on quickly goes Grayson, and they're going to hold Kevin Taylor over at third base. Good job there by the third base coach, Gibivela Cuellar. But Elder with the single, and that puts Kevin Taylor over at third with 1 out. So the Lemurs will have an opportunity still to bring home that run. And Devontre Richardson coming up to the plate, and here comes the manager out of the dugout. Looks like the lefty's going to be taken out, and we should have another new pitcher. So he's going to take the ball away from the lefty. He does not get his job done. So a new pitcher coming in. We'll take another timeout. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Welcome to Whataburger. Today we're cooking the sweet and spicy bacon burger.
Wow, it's beautiful.
The 2 beef patties, American cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, bacon, grilled onions, the sweet and spicy pepper sauce.
Sweet in the front and then the spicy in the back.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's like a perfect balance, and then that bacon right there, it adds crunchiness.
I'll get back in line and get another one, I'll tell you that much.
Sweet spicy bacon burger. Come down to Whataburger. It's only here for a limited time.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders, to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation. All right, so the new pitcher is the newest transaction, Benny Suarez for the Sioux Falls Canaries. So Devontre Richardson will face off against Benny Suarez. He was just signed by the club. So he joins the team. He's a right-handed pitcher, and we'll see him go to work. Benny Suarez. Runners at the corners for the Lemurs, and 1 out. We're tied up at 3 in the bottom of the 8th. And the first pitch, bunted out by Devontre. No, he pulled back, and he takes it for the ball. Benny Suarez out of Houston, Texas, 6 foot even, 195 pounds. He's currently 23 years old. So Richardson with a base hit today is 1 for 3. And the pitch, low for a ball. So you got Chris Elder over there at first base, Kevin Taylor at third. And 1 out in the inning. Big inning here, so the Sioux Falls Canaries pulling out all the stops with their pitchers. Benny Suarez was drafted by the Cleveland Indians in the 36th round back in 2012. And the 2-0 pitch, high for a ball. He played 3.5 seasons in the Indians organization. He reached up to AAA Columbus for 4 games back in 2013, and he played 2 games there in 2014. This is his first independent ball experience after the 2015 season with High A and Double A in the Indians organization. The 3-0, a strike right down the middle. 3-1 now to Devontre Richardson. The go-ahead run, which could be the winning run for the Laredo Lemurs, is over at third base. Three balls and 1 strike. The pitch, the runner from first goes. The pitch is called a strike. There will be no throw. Elder will take the bag without a challenge. So Elder steals a base, and now runners at second and third for the Lemurs. So a base hit just may drive in 2. So a big pitch coming up here. The Canaries are going to pull the infield in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Remember, only 1 out, so Taylor can score on a sac fly to the outfield. So Suarez is going to step off the back of the rubber, and now the catcher's going to come out, and they're going to talk things over. In 2015, this year, Benny Suarez was in Lynchburg. That's High A ball. He also played for the Akron Arrows in Double A ball. Pitched in only 10 games between both of those clubs. Pitched in 14 1/3 innings. The 3-2 swung and grounded up to the third baseman. No, that's going to go foul. In 2014, Suarez made the jump from High A ball to Triple A, and it didn't go very well. At High A, he appeared in 37 games, going 56 2/3 innings, and he posted a 3.81 ERA. In Triple A with the Columbus Clippers, he pitched in only 2 games, had a 30.86 ERA. Here's a swing and a foul ball. And that one goes right back to the screen. Yeah, he allowed 8 runs on 6 hits through 2 1/3 innings in 2 games with the Columbus Clippers. So runners at second and third and 1 out. The Lemurs trying to score. The 3-2. A check swing and a dribbler foul. That goes over by the Lemurs on deck circle. So Devontre Richardson could be a hero right here for the Laredo Lemurs, even though the Lemurs still have to play some defense in the top of the 9th inning. If they get that run in, you can bet John Brebbia is waiting out there to come in to pinch. Here's the 3-2. Swung in a ground ball. That goes over to the second baseman, backhanding Balkin. Balkin will bring the ball home, but he gets by the catcher. 1 run's in. Here comes Elder. He will follow. He will score. The Lemurs score 2 there. And look out, Devontre, you're sleeping over there at second base. The ball comes humming in, and he looks around, and a tag, but it's late. Devontre just sneaks back in. So Devontre Richardson reaches on a hit. That brings home the 2 runs, and there's going to be an error given on the play. And Devontre ends up at second base, so he's going to get a single and 2 RBIs, and he'll go to second base on the error. So the Lemurs take a 2-run lead. They're up 5-3 in the ball game right now. And now here comes the pitching coach, Joe Winklesass. So Joe Winklesass up to talk things over with Suarez. And Ryan Ortiz will be the batter with a runner at second base. So we have to see exactly who they give the error on. I'm going to guess the second baseman, since he's the one that made the wild throw. And now everybody's going to be sent back to where they belong as the home plate umpire comes back and to the mound and breaks things up. 5-3 Laredo. Remember, the Lemurs have not lost 5 in a row all season long. They've lost 4 in a row a couple of times, but never 5 in a row. I'm going to try to make sure that doesn't happen here. Here's Ortiz into the batter's box. So Taylor on the play scores from third. Elder scores from second. And Richardson's running. The pitch is high and inside. There will be no throw. Richardson's safe at third base. And a good play there by Devontre. Taking the base with 1 out. And that puts him in a position where he can score on a sac fly. And you got half the infield playing in, and looks like half the infield is going to play back. And now the rest of the guys realize what's going on, so they're going to go ahead and play behind the cut of the grass. The 1-0. Swung on and popped up straight in the air. That one's going to get over by the Lemurs dugout. The catcher, Stock, is going to see it fall 2 rows back. 5 runs on 7 hits for Laredo. 3 runs on 11 hits for Sioux Falls. Yep, that's 400 feet right there, and that is not. They like to do the focus on the 400-foot mark. It's a pretty good camera, huh? 1 ball and 1 strike. That's if you're watching the camera. If you're listening to my beautiful radio broadcast, I totally understand. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, covered up by Stock, the catcher. Ortiz on the day, 0 for 3. He's searching for a hit. 2 balls and 1 strike. Richardson getting off the bag at third. And the pitch, swung in a ground ball past the third baseman. He got a little piece of it, but it goes into left field for a base hit. Richardson scores a run. The Lemurs are up by 3, and Ryan Ortiz with a base hit and an RBI. Lemurs are up 6-3 now, and Devontre stealing third base comes up big for the Laredo Lemurs. I don't know if he would have scored if that ball would have went into left field and him being at second. So the Lemurs have got their hitting shoes on here today. And Jehudi Valdez coming up to the plate. Jehudi Valdez with a single back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. He also picked up an RBI back then. 6-3 Laredo. Runner at first base. And the pitch. A strike on the inside corner. The ball's in 1 strike to Jehudi. Jehudi Valdez batting in the 9th spot tonight. Dennis Phipps is on deck for the Lemurs. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, and that one is missed. I was waiting for the umpire to say it was tipped, but it was not tipped. No balls and 2 strikes now to Valdez. Jehudi Valdez, a right-handed batter. Suarez out there, a right-handed pitcher. Benny Suarez out of the Cleveland Indians organization. He went to Hill College in Hillsboro, Texas. And the 0-2. Swung in a ground ball up to the shortstop. Peruki will flip to Balkin for 1 over to first base, and it's not going to be in time on the return throw to first. So the Lemurs stay out of the double play with the quickness of Jehudi Valdez. But there is 1 out there. That'll create the 2nd out in the inning. And we'll see Dennis Phipps come up to the plate. Well, Phipps is going to try to shake himself out of this slump here. He's still struggling. He's not doing well as of late for the Laredo Lemurs. He's 1 for his last 23. 2 outs in the inning. The Lemurs up by 3. Bottom of 8. The first pitch to Phipps is high and tight, and Phipps rubbernecks out and takes a long look at Benny Suarez and wants to know if there's any intention there. So Phipps is going to take a long stroll out of the batter's box. 1 ball and no strikes. So Phipps right back into the box, a runner at first base and 2 down. And the pitch. And that one's high and tight again. Now the catcher's going to come out of the crouch and go talk things over. And you got a bunch of Lemurs stirring down there right now after those 2 high and tight ones. Well, Benny Suarez is new to the American Association. I highly doubt if him and Dennis Phipps have crossed paths, but I could be wrong. Dennis was recently. Actually, you know what? Let me reverse what I'm just saying right there. He was with the Columbus Clippers, so Dennis Phipps did play with the Columbus Clippers, or actually against the Columbus Clippers a couple of years ago. Here's the 2-0. Swung on a fly ball, hit deep to left. This one's on the line, and that one is off of the fence. Jehudi Valdez is on his horse. He's going into third base, and Dennis Phipps is going to be in there with a very, very big single. A hard liner that hits the wall for Dennis Phipps. And if it would have been 2 or 3 feet higher, it would have went out of the ballpark. Would have been a home run, but Phipps is in with a single. Those 2 high and tight pitches just focused Dennis in. And the last thing you want to do when Dennis Phipps is in a slump is wake him up. And that may have been what just happened there by Benny Suarez. Here's Ty Morrison. Morrison with a hit in his last at bat in the 7th inning. Ty Morrison will be the 8th batter to come up to the plate. The first pitch is low and inside. So Phipps getting his lead from first base. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take off. Lemurs up by 3. Here's the delivery. Swung in a liner foul. Yeah, Dennis Phipps played in the same league, in the International League. He played with the Charlotte Knights. And that's the same league that the Columbus Clippers play in, so these guys may have crossed paths in the past. Dennis Phipps also played Triple-A ball in the International League with Louisville. Next pitch taken for a strike. So not saying that they have, but they definitely could have. Of course, Suarez hasn't spent a whole lot of time up in Triple-A. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now Suarez is going to step off the back of the rubber. And the Lemurs trying to lock in another run. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. The pitch. Swung in a ground ball. A couple of hops over to the second baseman. Balkin will flip over to first. And that'll do it for the Lemurs. But they strike here. They get 3 runs in the inning. There were 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 2 left. Looking ahead to the top of the 9th inning. The Lemurs are going to try to put this one away. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
Breakfast speaks for itself here at Whataburger. It's going to be hot, it's going to be fresh. It's almost like when you were a kid and you wake up in the morning, you can smell mom cooking breakfast.
I like their hash browns.
My favorite's the honey butter chicken biscuit or the taquitos. We have some fresh cracked eggs here.
I like these pancakes because they're fluffy.
I really like the fact that you can get into Whataburger real fast and bring it on the go. We're cooking breakfast for you at Whataburger.
For 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course, quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
All right, Lemurs out on the field. Canaries coming up to the plate. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Scratch that. The top of the 9th inning. And the Lemurs are up. They're up 6-3 in this ball game, trying to shake off a 4-game losing streak right here. So John Brebria into the ball game for the Lemur. He's their closer. And Brett Balkin's going to step into the batter's box. David Bergen will follow, and then Brian Humphreys. So 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order for Sioux Falls. Brebria throws, and it's a strike on the inside part of the plate. Brebria, a former member of the Sioux Falls Canaries. He's getting his first, his second shot against him here in this series. He pitched against him on Sunday. No balls and 1 strike. And he delivers. Swung in a ground ball up to the first baseman. Ortiz will glove it. He'll go touch the bag with a couple of steps, and that'll do it for Balkin. Balkin ends the day 0 for 5. Well, that is the end of the day for him. He'll be 0 for 5. So David Bergen coming up to the plate. Brebria on the season, he's 5-2 with a 1.12 ERA through 34 games. He has 11 saves this season and has pitched in 40 innings with 51 strikeouts. He's currently 3rd in the league in games pitched, and he's 5th in the league in saves with 11. Here's the first pitch, and that's a changeup. Misses in the dirt. David Bergen looks at it. Bergen with a couple of hits tonight. He's got a hit in the 3rd inning and a hit again in the 5th, so 2 for 4 on the evening. The 1-0. High, 2 balls and no strikes. So the Lemurs looking to lock in a win before they get on the road. We will be in Amarillo tomorrow. So we'll be in Amarillo by morning. The 2-0 pitch swung on a ground ball over to the shortstop. Cleaning it up, Valdez. He'll throw over to first base, and that's 2 down. The Lemurs are an out away from winning the ball game. 6-3 Laredo. And Humphreys, the American Association Player of the Month, coming up to the plate. He has a single and an RBI tonight. He's 1 for 3 and a walk mixed in there. Well, Brian Humphreys is going to seem to take the beating from the Laredo Lemurs fans once again. Lemurs with 9 hits tonight. The Canaries with 11, but the Lemurs have done more damage with their hits. And the pitch. Changeup swung and a ground ball softly hit to the second baseman Taylor. He'll glove it, he'll throw it, and it's in time to get the out. That's the ball game. The Lemurs come back and win this one. It's a 6-3 final, and a nice win here for the Laredo Lemurs. Hopefully this will start catapulting this team forward. We'll see what happens. Got a long way to go. Still 32 games on the docket here in the American Association. We'll take a timeout, come back with the post-game show. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Thanks for joining us for Laredo Lemurs Baseball, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade 40, Whataburger of Alice. The Laredo Lemurs post-game show is coming your way next.
Went 2 for 2, 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and that solo home run that tied the game. How do you feel up there playing? We're comfortable today. We're all separating the game and paid off. Now, this was a big game for you guys. Had a little bit of a losing streak. How important was it to get this win here tonight at home? It was crucial. You know, we got to go on the handle on the red good, and it was awesome. Now, looking at that road trip, you're going to be on the road for about a week. In the thick of the playoff race right now, Phoenix tonight's team, 5.5 back in the division. Are you looking at that too much, or are you taking it 1 game at a time? We're paying attention, honestly. Let's go. Everybody else is just going to take 1 game at a time. All right, thanks, Kevin. The Lemurs' next home game is next Tuesday. That's the 11th, 7:30 start against the Amarillo Thundercats. We'll see you then.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas. Solo en H-E-B.
This summer, Allegiant will increase to 4 weekly flights to Las Vegas, Nevada. If gambling in Vegas isn't your thing, Allegiant is also increasing to 2 weekly flights to Orlando. Enjoy the Disney theme parks, Legoland, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and the Kennedy Space Center. Flying comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials. Looking to travel this summer? If the year-round flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for you, take advantage of Allegiant's direct flights from Laredo International Airport to Orlando. For as low as $119 round trip, you and your family can be in Orlando in 2.5 hours. Flying comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
3, 2, 1. Number one. That's Laredo's #1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off. Not good enough, but 25% off. Now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles available, makes it the best pricing ever. 2015 Equinox, 2015 Traverse. Not 15, but 25% off. And the best financing rates for the best month ever. 1.9 interest. Family Chevrolet of Laredo.com. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Family Chevrolet is the #1 volume Chevy dealer for a reason. Every customer rides during our spring cleaning closeout sale with massive price gets on 600 Chevys. New 2015 Chevy Cruze. How about 25% off MSRP? Wow, that's huge. Or only $199 a month. New 2015 Malibu for only $269 a month. Or 25% off MSRP plus 2 years free maintenance and a 100,000-mile warranty. It's a spring cleaning closeout sale happening now at the #1 volume Chevy dealer. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Now it's time for the Laredo Lemurs post-game show. Laredo Lemurs baseball is brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Canaries Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, H-E-B, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Flakes, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tocqueville Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade 40, Whataburger of Alice. Now here's Bill Harrington with the Laredo Lemurs post-game show.
All right, Lemurs fans, thanks for sticking around for the post-game show. Bill Harrington, Cameron Songer, and the new guy, Neil Dwyer, coming to you live from Uni-Trade Stadium here. As we wrap this one up, we'll put a nice little bow on it and get on out of here and head on up to Amarillo. So the Lemurs win in comeback fashion tonight. The final score is 6-3 in favor of Laredo. It's 6 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors tonight for Laredo. 3 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error tonight for Sioux Falls. The game was played in 2 hours and 50 minutes in front of a crowd of 1,124 people here at the ballpark. Tonight's winning pitcher for the Laredo Lemurs is Ryan Beckman. John Brebbia pulls down the save, and Jeremy Strawn, in his return to Laredo, takes the loss here tonight for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Well, it was a good game here tonight for the Laredo Lemurs. The Canaries got on top first in the first inning. a double by Chris Grayson to start things off in the first inning, and then Brian Humphreys came in to score, or came up with a base hit to bring Grayson in to score. And that made it 1-0 in favor of Sioux Falls. And then the Laredo Lemurs would come right back in the bottom of the first inning with a Ty Morrison walk with 1 out. Silverio base hit would put runners at first and second, and then Kevin Taylor walked to load the bases. And then Brian Peterson came up with a sacrifice fly to bring home the run from third base, and that made the score 1-1. So we had a tied ball game after a full inning of play here at the ballpark tonight. We would go into the top of the fourth inning, and 2 runs would come in to score for Sioux Falls after 2 outs were made. Matt Lewson still on the mound for Laredo, and Angel Chavez would reach on a single with 2 outs. And then Cody Bishop, he would single as well. And then R.J. Peruki would come up with a single, and that'd be 3 straight singles for the Sioux Falls Canaries. And then Chris Grayson would reach on an error by the first baseman. On the play, Ortiz was going back on the ball and to his left. He tried to glove the baseball. It popped out of his mitt, and that allowed the 2 runs to come in to score. So the Canaries jumped up to a 3-1 lead at the time, but the Lemurs would put up a run in the bottom of the fourth inning. A leadoff walk to Chris Elder. He would steal second base, and then he would be later driven in by a base hit by J.U.D. Valdez. So it was a 3-2 game at the time, and then we'd go into the fifth inning, and the Laredo Lemurs would see the player of the game, Kevin Taylor, hit a solo shot over the left field wall. It's an opposite field home run for Kevin Taylor, and that would tie up the game at 3 apiece. So we'd be all knotted up in this one, and we would go into the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Lemurs would start off against Jeremy Strong. Jeremy Strong would pitch to Kevin Taylor, who walked. So a leadoff walk to Taylor, and then Brian Peterson laid down a sac bunt to move Taylor over to second. So a new pitcher would come in after that. Josh Farrell would make an appearance. He would give up a base hit to Chris Elder. That would put runners at the corners, and then Devontre Richardson would come up to the plate after Chris Elder stole, during the Richardson at bat, Chris Elder stole second, so that put runners at second and third. Devontre Richardson hit the ball over to the second baseman, and he had to charge the baseball. Richardson ended up getting a base hit because of the charging play, and the second baseman, Balkin, threw the ball away. He threw it over to the catcher trying to get the out at the plate, but it went wide of the catcher, and 2 runs ended up coming in to score for the Laredo Lemurs, and that gave them a big lead here in the ball game. So the Lemurs were up by 2. It's a 5-3 ball game at the time, and later on in the inning, Devontre Richardson would come in to score on a base hit by Ryan Ortiz. So the Lemurs would go up 6-3. We would go into the 9th inning. John Burberry would come in and do his job. He would set the Canaries down in order, and the Lemurs would get the 6-3 victory here. So with the win, the Lemurs move to 36-32 on the season. So we'll go ahead and check the standings here after we check the scoreboard real quick and see where everybody falls into place. Of course, the Joplin Blasters never finished their game, so there'll be a half a game mixed in there somewhere. Wichita wins tonight. They keep on winning, so they're making it tough for the Lemurs to grab any ground. Wichita wins 5-4 over the Ottawa champions. So everybody in the South Division, just about the top 3 teams, I should say, in the South Division all played today. So Wichita beats Ottawa 5-4. The Joplin Blasters and Gary South Shore Railcats see some rain come their way, so they're going to have to finish that game up in Gary next time the 2 teams face off against each other. The Gary South Shore Railcats are currently up 2-0 in that one, and of course you know the score here: Lemurs 6, Sioux Falls 3, and we'll take a quick look at the standings before we call it a night. As in the South Division, Wichita moves to 42-27. Joplin is at 36-29, 4 games out, and the Laredo Lemurs are 5.5 games back still. They are sitting at 36-32 on the year. Actually, scratch that, 37-32. Well, they do have the right score. Okay, they do have our extra win in here for tonight, so it is 36-32. That is correct. Okay, so that's going to be it for tonight. For my buddy Cameron Songer. Cameron, again, we wish you the best of luck. Good luck to you in your new position, and we got the new guy in here, Neil Dwyer. He's going to be working with us for the rest of the season here at Uni-Trade Stadium. He's also going to go on the road a little bit with us, so you'll be hearing his voice starting tomorrow night when we're up in Amarillo in the 4th inning. Well, that's it for us here tonight. I'm Bill Harrington. He's Cameron Songer. He's Neil Dwyer, and we'll see you tomorrow night from Amarillo.
Thanks for joining us for Laredo Lemurs Baseball, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. Join us next time for all your Laredo Lemurs action.